No, we're not doing sustained assault. Damn it. I thought we were doing sustained assault. Ah. It's ruined. My day is immeasurably done. That's okay. Let me change up my commands real quick. I gotta change up everything, actually. Mission map, music, multi,
Send in
FNF.
Goat
All
Team
right.
6 now.
Bins for the bin god.
There we go. Beans for the bean god. Lustra, thanks for the resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. I'm just in the process of changing out all my commands because I thought we were actually going to do a sustained assault, but nope. They're going to do an uplink, blue 4, attacking op 4. This is blue 4. 3 op 4. 6. Blue 4 has a 10% numbers advantage. Oh, that's a big list. Little Bird with a Gao 19. The heck is an FV 510? I have no idea what that is. 2 M2 M10 25A2s. Let me look that up real quick. Believe that's a Humvee, yeah. 2 M2 Humvees. 2 M2 and 1-3s. Alright. Well, Op 4 is going to rock. Huh. Alright, so BRDM. 2 BTR-80s. 1 UAZ. And transport. Alright, not a bad breakdown there. Just saving it on my tell-all document for publishing later on the side channel, you know, when it comes up in a few months, but that should be good. And I've got a few people sending me the multi last second, because of course they are, so give me 1 second to change that up, add that one last one to the write-up, and then I have to also add it to this one post here. Perfect. Alright. I think that should be everything good for today. How are you all doing? We will hear. We're going to be in Yellowstone for round 1 of over 100 players on the server, so I can type 110 plus player. Awesome. Looking at the top channel here, we might actually push 120, which would be awesome, but SL Dream is with me. I believe he's AFK right now, but we'll get back to him, hopefully. But I'm going to be covering FNF all day today. It's going to be pretty quick and hectic on the back-to-back because the Americans went forward an hour, so right now we're technically starting past 4 p.m. instead of 3 p.m. for EU, but I believe NA is going to start at 8 o'clock, so it's going to be pretty much non-stop FNF 6 rounds tonight. Then afterwards, I'm going to work on some mission dev. I'm going to first work on some pay-for-paint ideas for POG next week. And then if I still have time, I am going to work on some other mission files. I have to catch up on a UNSC operation. And then another EMU operation for the memory. And then Wednesday, I'll think of something. Probably Furries versus Black Templar, just to get that caught up. One last thing I do need to do is I need to have a sticky note ready to go for any highlights. So I'm going to go ahead, write EU on this section, and have that ready to go. Otherwise, I drank a lot yesterday, so I'm not going to be drinking today. I've only got water. I also got food poisoning yesterday, which sucked, so I'm not going to be eating anything on the side either. But just to point things out, we got names like Falcon on tonight. You see him over there in Op 4. We've got Pepega Pirates on Op 4 as well. I know Scandi Recon is also in Force tonight. I'm looking for them. They're on Blue 4 because we see Nemesis on Blue 4. We got, let me rapid fire down some of the communities here. We've got Zeus Spartans. We've got Arma Addicts. I like to call them Alcoholics Anonymous because they're also AA. We got some members of FK on tonight. I'm looking at the community leaders here just to see what we got. We got the 82nd Cab on. We've got BSF, Zeus Spartans, already mentioned them. Another BSF member. FPS, which I think is one of the newer communities. Flamingo, which is Despo's community. The Timec. Those guys we also see in OFCRA. Another group called American Forces. Of course, we have Pepega Pirates. We've got some members of TSB on. We got 1RW. We got SOG. We have RBEP. Again, a lot of these communities have been here for a while. I've just never done a breakdown like this. CSC. Norris with the 29th ID is also on. We've got TK on, which is what Spikey's group is. And we have a group called the Chads, which Vagrant is in. So, a lot of big names. A lot of big communities on tonight. And that's why we have an above 110 player count. POG does not have an official representation in FNF Forest. I don't think they're PvPers. However, you can always jump in by doing the !FNF command and play as a solo player dubbed Centaur. And there would be 11 slots because the max player cap is 124. So anyone's allowed to come on. You just have to join the Discord, download the mod set, and you should be good to go. So I believe we're just waiting for the first round to go, and yeah. Hope everyone's Friday is going A-okay. We're going to be doing a lot of streaming tonight. I'll be occasionally checking my messages just because I have to catch up with other people. But tomorrow we have a lot to do. Like, actually, tomorrow's schedule is going to be 3 p.m. to 4:50. We're going to be trying out a new Star Sim called the 38th. 5 o'clock, we have a PMCO hosted by POG. And then at 7, I'm going to try to get in on a 228th ODST operation. So basically 3 on-the-ground operations back to back to back. And then Sunday, we're going to be playing something on the ground at 10 a.m. And then, whatchamacallit, then we got the MCO on Sunday as well. Monday is going to, I think, just be one operation. We're going to continue the UNSC campaign. I might divide it into 2 mission files, depending on what happens. Tuesday, we're going to have another EMU op. Haven't decided which one specifically yet out of the list. Wednesday, we have 506 on the ground. I just realized my TeamSpeak TFAR client is still on. Let me quickly disable it. That's why you heard those beeps. All right, that's all set. And Wednesday, I'm also probably going to try to do the Furries versus Black Templar. We're due for another one of those operations in TSB. And that's all Wednesday. And then Thursday will be POG Pay for Pain, which I hope to work on tonight and over the weekend, but we'll see. And then, you know, throughout that, editing videos where I can, uploading that, and yes, we'll get the prediction up. Usually I have a moderator do it, but that just shows that I'm used to it. So this is going to be EU, round 1. Blue 4, if I recall, is attacking, but let me quickly look at the mission command again. Yep, Blue 4 is attacking. And Op 4 is defending. Let's go ahead, set up that 15-minute roster here. And there we go. It's okay, Sparky. Don will probably show up later to show it off. Dream, you there, buddy?
Hey.
Hey. How is your day going so far, buddy?
Vibing.
Understandable. Not gonna lie, I saw the server was set to sustained assault while they were having everyone join with the password, so I actually got really excited we'd see a round 1 sustained assault.
Nah. The amount of people who cried last time because it was in the actual event was quite a few.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
People that show up to play an event crying about what the event decides to host. Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
you know, not
so many
entitlement or
people-
anything.
It's quite funny. You had so many people cry about the fact that Sustained Assault is now an FNF made mission that can be hot fixed easily. Is now the pre-event instead of DTAS. Like, oh my god, the amount of people who are just like, I want DTAS back. I want it back. Even though DTAS, I don't know if you've ever looked at DTAS before, its code or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Like, I don't know much about coding, but it's terrible.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
regardless, I mean, that's just internal drama. Let's go ahead and focus on the operation here. So it is going to be a Blue 4 versus Op 4. Blue 4 attacking with 10% number advantage. An attack helicopter in the form of a... Wow, sorry, I stuttered. I noticed what the FV510 was. Wow. But anyway, it's an armed little bird with a GAU 19, 50 cal chain gun, and the FV510 is a freaking warrior. Awesome. Well then, they get an AP. Technically, that would be an IFV as well. I mean, that's one of those gray area items. Not for they've got a really nice fortified area here, but my god, what the hell do they have to counter a damn warrior? I guess we'll break it down. I'm going to do defenders first, but do you want to read the background for the scenario, Dream?
Yes, I shall.
Go for it.
In an alternative universe, Russia takes over the USA in 1983. Sorry. Oh, God. The United Kingdom has set up arms to remove the Russian presence from the country. So far, the United Kingdom has pushed the Russians back to a military compound in Yellowstone National Park. Inside, there are information caches which have been scouted by English scouting unit. Once hacked, the information would provide vital intelligence for the recapture of United States of America.
Sparky.
Area of operations. The area has been built up almost from the ground up. Notes, the warrior has been re-scripted to have an M2 instead of an autocannon.
Robbery.
Mission rules. Only Blue 4 X-ray is allowed to spawn at the alternative spawn at safe stop.
Yeah, which is to the north. Anyway, game mode's going to be uplink. There's 3 terminals down. Both sides know exactly where they are. They're illustrated by... We actually don't see them from our interface, but they're on the map as Terminal 1, 2, and 3. Looking back at the document here, hack time is 90 seconds, so once a Blue 4 member interacts with it, Op 4 have 90 seconds to go and stop it. And I'm pretty sure for the standard uplink game mode, it only pauses the timer, it doesn't reset it. If it was the rush uplink, then it would reset it. So, otherwise, mission variables, view distance only going to be up to 680 meters here. It's blank for magnified optics, and NVG equipment is set to yes. So I'm trying to look at the players here. I'm not seeing any magnified optics on them. So I think it's going to be a no for magnified optics, but everyone does have a pair of NVGs. Interesting. Otherwise, going over no other mission variables other than, only 60 points for the defenders, but standard is 125 for Ace Fortify, but I think that's also because they have this massive custom fortified base built up on the prison site, as it's called, on the map by default, which they've partially blanked out in Yellowstone. But going over, looking at the map settings real quick, looks like Blue 4 are going to get 2 rounds of AT per AT gunner and assistant, so 4 rounds per fire team. Blue 4, however, are going to get 4 rounds per and then 2 HE. So that means they're going to have per fire team 8 rounds of AT and 4 rounds of HE, which I guess makes sense because of all the armor you have on Blue 4 today. But I'm surprised we're not seeing anything heavier. Normally because of balance like this, but I'm actually happy to see that as well. It's going to put more of a reliance on the AT soldiers. But otherwise, we're going to go down to Op 4 first because they're defending. We've got that new setup for all of the units here. So the difference between platoon leader, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman assistant, grenadier, IR strobe, which is basically the same as the grenadier, except he gets hunt IR rounds, which are GL rounds you can fire in the sky, and they turn to little cameras as they parachute back to the ground. But you got machine gunner assistant, combat engineer, which can do explosive stuff, light anti-tank, medium anti-tank, 1 and 2, because you can divide the type of AT. So, half of them get one, half of them get another, but that is fine. recon infantry for the scouts. Recon infantry suppressed, so these are the two players that got the suppressed weaponry. Designated marksman looks like that's going to be an SVD. That's the whole reason I look at this list, so I can see that one rifle because it's not part of the loadout itself. Sniper, that better not be a freaking Mosin, but we're going to check in a second. And then your crew kits, and then your pilots, the medic, and then the base infantry kit, which doesn't really matter. All right, loadouts. We're going to have AK-74s across the board, RPK-74s, PKMs, RPG-26 for the light anti-tank. It is a freaking railed Mosin Nagant for the damn sniper. I don't get...
Woo!
I'd rather be a marksman with a freaking SVD at that point. I mean, that's just me personally. Yes, if you want to play as an individual Centaur player for the next round, I'm pretty sure we'll have space because the max cap for the server is 124, and we're only at about 115
if you asked
right
last
now.
week, no.
Yeah, last week we were actually full. But then the suppressed shooters get a choice of 45-round magazines for an AKS or an AS-Val with 20-round magazines. Based off of what I've seen, I always say go for the AKS, even in CQC, where the AS-Val is supposed to do well, because I've seen the AS-Val in CQC and Friday Night Fights, and for whatever reason, it just seems to drop the ball every time. And then I'll see times where it completely kicks ass, so I just consider the AS-Val a wild card. Oh my god.
What?
We get the choice in crew and aviation between the AKS-74 and the AKS-74. You weren't here last week to see how significant that was. It really made a difference.
Did it actually?
Yeah, oh my gosh, definitely. Anyway, CSW for crew serve weapons. Alpha gets a mortar. The mortar, I believe, has like 12 HE rounds. It had the breakdown in the mission description as we were loading in, but I noticed it was they put the HE rounds, then smokes, then flares, and all three of those values were over 10, so that's nice to see. But otherwise, assets, 2 BTR-80s, normal stuff with the smoke gen, BRDM, 2 unarmed, UAZs, 2 static cords. I forgot to put those in the mission command, that's fine, and then a UAZ Dishka, which is great for counter raiding. Going over and looking at Blue 4 here. Just break them down on the roster. I don't have to actually look at them. They don't have the new uniform breakdown, so we'll have to actually hunt down what a marksman's utilizing, but they're British, so they're getting FNFALs with Colt carbines, Brens, FN mags, M72 laws. Sniper for recon gets the M24, and then they get the 2 suppress shooters get the choice of the Mark 14 or the M3A1. Not gonna lie, for CQC, the M3A1 would actually be pretty good, but because of this AO, I think it would be better if they had the suppressed Mark 14 as a battle rifle instead with that 7.62 by 51 NATO. It's just a nice caliber to rock. But otherwise, yeah.
I'm not surprised the British are coming to America's aid once again.
I see. And why is that, Dream?
Because they got fucked by Russia.
I see.
Woo.
Crew and aviation get the choice between a Sterling or Colt carbine as well. Nothing in the crew serve weapons for them. Assets, they get a frickin' FV510 Warrior that has been rescripted to fire. Wow. Only 200 rounds of M2. Wow. Oh, that's pathetic. Only 200 rounds of M2 and only 200 rounds of PKT 7.62. Oh, that's horrible.
Vehicles, except
that's horrible. Now watch this. If I just skip down to the M2 Little Bird, I mean, they get 999 rounds of smoke gen and then 1,500 rounds between 15 mags for their M2.
The thing is, what it is now is the Little Bird is now much better than that big fucking chopper, because, you know, what's the point? Like, the Little Bird now has its speed on it.
Little Bird now, they're equipping it with 650 rounds for the GAU 19, so that's a 12.7 chain gun. That thing can snipe BTRs pretty well, so we'll probably see it go back and forth. And with the lack of AA, we're just going to have to see if OPFOR positions their cords well enough to actually engage the Little Bird properly, but we'll see who the pilot is, and that will bias.
Who is the pilot?
It's Pierce and Arcane.
Oh, okay. No, Pierce.
Pierce is pretty good. Pierce is pretty good. Not the best, I'd say, but he is on the top tier, I'd say.
Yeah.
If that was Greg Legs, then I'd put money on Blue 4 immediately. G Legs, I don't know how, but
I know exactly where Greg is.
Yeah, we'll look at the roster in a second. But anyway, 2 M2 Humvees, 2 M240 Humvees, which did they get unwritten? I don't see the 240 Humvees that I said in the breakdown, so I guess they did. Some transport trucks, 3 MRZRs for recon. But neat. Otherwise, that is that for the weapon breakdown. I'm going to quickly go over to Blue 4 as the attackers. I'm going to just kind of look around. No, we'll do unit breakdown, and then when I get to the first fire team, I'll look for it. But Oddball is going to be commanding. What do you know about Oddball commanding?
I know he's done it a few times, I think. Yeah, he's done it a few times. He has Jack 0800, who also has done it quite a few times. So I think coming together with their like penultimate skill, I think Oddball's a pretty good commander. I honestly can't remember. I know Jack has done some pretty decent things, but I don't know if Jack actually has a win notched on.
Yeah.
But you know, it'll be interesting because either way, Oddball is pretty much a new commander. So.
Yeah, so we'll see who the Op4 commander is, but that is important to note. If we have a more experienced commander on Op4's side, that could be play against Blue 4 here, but Op4 doesn't really have much to do in terms of defense, and I'll break down how to defend that AO. And these guys should know how to defend that AO, because we had an AO, I think, 1 or 2 weeks ago, which was the same thing. It just included the hilltop up to the north as well, but we'll get to that. Ash is going to be leading X-Ray, Eric being the Blue 4 medic for that group, Rory being the M24 sniper, Banks being the 2IC for the group, and then we've got Tackleberry and 2600 being the suppressed shooters. 2600 is going to go for the grease gun. Not what I would recommend here, but hey, you know, let's see if he's able to rock that, because it's got some pretty significant drop-off range, similar to the AS Val. It looks like Tackleberry is going to go for the suppressed Mark 14 battle rifle, which again is what I would recommend for this specific scenario. Otherwise, we have Alexa. That's cute.
Alexa
off. Anyway, got Esco as the 2IC, Doki as the AT guy, Benjamin, Pavlok, Eldony. So Alpha has basically all merged to form a large squad between the two fire teams. So Tomek, Bogdan, Ajin, Lurch, Wolfer, Baki, and Korvac. A lot of those names are newer. So again, probably from one of the newer communities here. Looks like the marksman gets scoped M14s with bipods. So, in my opinion, they have a better gun than the actual recon sniper with a bolt action, but, you know, it's the same caliber between the marksman and the snipers, but I digress. Bravo going to be led by Azariah with Grav and Nebs in there as well. They're being a vehicle crew. Nemesis leading Bravo 1 with Scandi Recon members, the Iander, Yanni, N1, Gabian, Malin, and Whiplash. Naf's leading Bravo 2 with Culls, Pertincats, Fred, Dobbs, and Iceberg. Basically players you see always play with Scandi that aren't officially a part of Scandi, but still play with them nonetheless. Charlie HQ has Bert leading, and it looks like Charlie 1 and Charlie 2 merged. We've got multiple members of 1RW here with Newton, Barrett, Otto Visky, Wise, and Schneider. I don't mention all the 1RW names for redundancy. Maz, G-Legs, and Swola taking the Warrior. I'm going to be honest, I think the Warrior is just a bait vehicle here. It does not have a lot of ammo to work with. And they neutered the autocannon from it. So I don't
understand why they would take the autocannon out. We've had autocannons now.
I mean, we've been seeing autocannon play in the past. I think if they gave it an autocannon, though, they'd have to give Op4 something to counter it, like a tank. Yeah. Or, you know, some form of better AT. But yeah, or give Op4 a helicopter in the first place, because Blue 4 has the air superiority here, which is it's an interesting balance choice. I'll be curious to see how it goes. But again, G-Legs and Swallow with Maz in that pick, and then you got G2, which is going to be a dedicated M2 M113 crew with Skipu, Steel, and Solopol, and then Pearson, Arcane flying the Little Bird. So not a bad roster there, but
it's quite interesting why. So the base of this mission, I know I'm being picky here, but you know, I'm a picky person.
Yep.
The British came here to Yellowstone from England and have managed to just make it this deep into America without any like.
I mean, you're pulling at straws here because of map choice is very limited for the States, but you keep doing what you're doing. Anyway, Kiri is going to be leading Op4, so not one of the top season commanders playing on Op4 that I thought we might see. But Kiri, I mean, he's been also stepping up recently to lead, so I think this is a good mirror match between him and Oddball here. But he's got Tenderbaner as his 2IC, and then Falcon playing Platoon Medic, which I'm pretty sure he's going to use that as an excuse to just solo, but that's exactly how you want to play Falcon in this scenario, in my opinion. Kabaya is going to be leading the X-Ray team. He's got Lolo as the sniper. Revanche, I believe, is the 2IC, and then Seismo and Sam are both taking suppressed AS Vals. That shows me they're either going to play this incredibly aggressive on X-Ray, or they're just going to completely miss micro themselves. 50-50 knowing how X-Ray's played. Otherwise, we got Vagrant leading Alpha HQ. They've merged Alpha, so it's all just one large group. We got Green Thumb Shy, Norris, who is, I think, taking one of the team lead roles, probably Alpha 1. Iqbal, Spiky, Pepit, Rovin, Kablooey Face, I always butcher his name. Skip, Dingo, Steve, Despo, Sayek, Sushi, Naders, Wolf, and Arcor. Big mixture of forces there. It's quite interesting. Bravo HQ has all merged. They're going to be led by DJ Vin with Professional new. We're already hearing gunshots going off. I think they're shooting out all the lights around here so they can fully utilize their NVGs. But going through the rest of the list here, Rastafari, Broken, Gamboju, Darup, Misbeer, Matura, Zymel, Kiko, and Tymek. You got Pepega Pirates with Charlie HQ with King leading. Again, they've merged their entire group, so we only see Charlie HQ. You got Coda, Vince, Sideways, Flux, Legal Action, Cake here, Arma Jesus, Tom, Guy Fieri, Night Owl, and Michael. I think the Fearsome Foursome are all on tonight. Guy Fieri, Arma Jesus, Legal, and King all together in Pepega. The Fearsome Foursome. Navy, Bar, and 30K taking one of the BTR 80s, and Olaf and Patriot taking the other BTR 80. I've noticed no one's taking the BRDM. No, it's being solo crewed by Tender, and he's going to put that up on an Overwatch position. Now, just to give a quick breakdown, and to answer some people in chat, Op 4 are Russians, Blue 4 are British. This is meant to be a Cold War-esque style scenario, I want to say, for the 1980s. But how you hold this AO, and we saw this done last time, is you have to have a garrison on the interior, duh. But if you are able to hold the hills and hold the forests that control where the MSRs are coming up from, you can stall any attack force coming in pretty well. Now, the one bias we're going to see compared to this type of round we saw 2 weeks ago, give or take, is that Blue 4 is going to be attacking this AO with their entire force, whereas the last time this was played, Blue 4 split their force between attacking this AO and another objective that was up to the north. So I think with a full force, as long as they have whatever pincers they separate to attack the main AO, attack at the same time, I think they'll be able to overpower this main AO. If the Little Bird is utilized properly and takes out vehicles, I think it'll be fine. I don't really know what else Blue 4 Vix can do in this case other than supporting the infantry, but they're going to be pretty heavy targets because, again, Op 4 has so much AT per squad. Again, this number is doubled per the teams, and then 2 teams are in a squad. So if you multiply these numbers by 4, every squad has 16 RPG rounds and 8 HE rounds. And I think that is going to be one of the Achilles heels of Blue 4s. If they try to bunch up on the forest, we could see Op 4 just immediately switch to HE RPG spam and completely nullify Blue 4's advance.
Sam and Sisma may have already spotted Blue 4 X-Ray. They're heading off in that general direction.
So Blue 4 looks like they're split into some sort of pincer with their X-Ray team staging from the north. Op 4 have forces up to the north as well. That's their own X-Ray group, so we might see a first contact fight up on the northern side. Some forces getting within a few hundred meters of each other. And otherwise, I do like that Op 4 is putting their vehicles up on Overwatch positions on the hills, but they're a little far from the actual sector to be properly supporting. So I can't tell if they're being used as scouting assets, as traps, or what in all honesty. But you're seeing the Little Bird starting to get up over the AO. We do have the Pepega Pirates cord for Coda looking up at it. Gotta remember, as soon as those cords fire, they give their positions away. So they're gonna wait for that Little Bird to come in a bit lower. But you also have to remember that Little Bird is going to have a camera that Arcane is gonna be utilizing to start scouting things out.
Yeah, I think that's already done. I think they probably would have spotted most of the cords.
Now, for those of you that are new, this is Friday Night Fights. Every Friday, there are 6 rounds between 3 branches, 1 EU branch that you starts at usually 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but because of the U.S. Daylight Savings Time change that happened last week that the rest of the world won't follow until, I believe, the 27th, it starts technically at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then the NA branch starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That one has not changed. Since we're technically in the EU branch, I'm just giving the local times to my time zone because I am US, and there's one of the cords firing. No, you're right, that is the Dishka UAZ.
It's a Dishka.
Yep, so it is technically a Dishka, that's my bad. I mean, both platforms have 50 rounds of 12.7 munition, so they're identically well, not identically the same, but practically the same thing. I don't think Arcane has any thermals on that. I didn't even see him on night vision on that camera mode. Otherwise, we would have seen the night vision or thermal mode. So he might be either limited to regular vision or he just doesn't want to use night vision. He's just trying to scout out what he can. But anyway, this isn't a tournament. How do I put it? It's not a tournament operation itself. It's a tournament style, but they shuffle the teams between all the communities. They have different types of game modes they do for actual tournament style play, but this is just kind of your I would say exhibition matches you have.
Standard FNF.
Yes, this is just what we do and how things are divided. I'm looking into ways to potentially change that in the future, but I am a spectator. And yes, I have heard that the daylight savings time in the United States might become a permanent change soon. I think it already passed in the Senate. Still has to go through the House for that sunshine saving bill. But anyway, that's politics. We don't talk about that. Ooh, so we got one of the BTRs now firing up at the chopper. Round's getting awfully close. Ooh, AT landed just short of that BTR.
Didn't realize.
No, we're starting to see some movement now, but they're not moving forward. Will there be a follow-up shot?
Is that there's Neb, so yeah, Eander's right. Yeah, it was Eander. It's a rare miss from Eander there. But it was close enough to know that it was Eander.
Definitely. So Vic's now gonna drive by. Humvee coming in to cut him off. That's an M2 Humvee. It's going to pull right up behind the BTR. That'll be able to take it out. Someone immediately getting killed off in the BTR. Checking my roster right now. Stand by. That was Navy.
The guy in the
commander seat. Gun turned around. It's now engaging. Humvee's slowing down. I think because the M2 ran out of ammo. And, yep, they're seeing a fresh box being loaded in it. But they didn't want to keep pursuing because it started firing back at him. You see more rounds going. That driver's not going to be able to see past that tree branch, though.
That was a very, very interesting rush here from Red 4. They just decided to drop everything and just push outwards.
Interesting call. Meanwhile, looking up to the north, we do have both groups of suppressed shooters from X-Ray getting close to each other. I can't tell. I think Op4 knows Blue 4's around because we see both of the suppressed shooters coming up north. But Blue 4's trying to push around here.
With good and fun Arma streams. Yeah, totally worth the money. Also Sergeant now.
Oh, Pierce disconnected.
I think it's Sergeant.
Righto, Smart. Yes, that does get you a Sergeant badge. Thanks so much for your support. Hope you can join the operations, my friend. I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. So he crashed out. Arkane's gonna take control.
Yeah, but now he loses the camera.
That's an interesting development. Again, I don't think they really need to do a large level of recon. They already recon things out. They would have already started marking stuff down.
X-ray force.
Really, you're just going to see that little bird start changing to do attack runs later on, because Blue 4, I mean, we've got a wedge coming in of one squad. We got a line formation on another squad. Bravo's sweeping up on the mountainous areas to the east, but I could potentially see this screwing up if Alpha and Charlie attack before Bravo's ready. You could see those HE rounds in Op4's mortar tear apart the southern offensive, and then whatever they have remaining tear apart the eastern offensive. So again, I think it's really important that Blue 4 attacks this AO with all of their forces combined. Otherwise, they're not... How do I put it? They're potentially going to get themselves defeated in detail here. And thus Op4 is going to be able to repel both attacks individually compared to if all the attacks attacked at once. Yeah, so Op4 knows the two guys for Blue 4 are up there. You got the marksman overwatching, looking right at one of them.
Yeah,
he's trying to guide the ASVAL gunners up there.
Red 4 X-ray guys are sandwiched in between X-ray right now. They managed to bypass each other pretty well here.
Lolo is sighted on one of these two Blue 4 guys. I just don't know who. We got more large caliber rounds going up to that little bird. That's the BRDM and the UAZ firing up at it. So two things at 12.7. Little bird has to be careful because a few good hits of that will knock the little bird out.
Ooh, that second gunner spray is getting real close.
Yeah, he's properly leading. But I don't think it did any significant damage, unfortunately.
No, no.
Yeah,
beeps.
he's still leading. Lost a bit of the lead. Oh, no, he just got a few hits. Now it's just...
Falcon.
Yep. We're seeing some light ups too when it gets hit as well. But no significant damage. Little Bird coming low. Is it trying an attack run or is it a dagger cut? Looks like just a dagger cut, but it's got to be careful because Op4 is doing a great job of trying to lead these shots.
I didn't realize how close Blue 4 had got.
Yeah, no, they're on top of this position. I'm a little worried, but now we're starting to see Blue 4 firing GLs off. AT firing up, knocks out one of the M2 M113s. It went up unsupported, and that was the entirety of Gamma 2 taken out.
Damn.
Crew, thanks for the 8-month resub, my man. Oh, Crust, excuse me. Crust85.
Well, I was
How are
about
you
to
doing,
say,
my man? Thank you so much for... Nah, they're not alive anymore. Thank you so much for the 8-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations.
Yeah,
I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Can you revoke your vote? Nah. I love how Blue 4, they've snuck their 4 guys around. They're right next to where Op 4's forces are. I just don't think they've realized it. Night Vision's a bitch. But yeah, no, I think X-Ray is just going to fight themselves there. We're starting to see mortar flyers going off. Heavy caliber rounds now going into Charlie here.
That was a mortar flare?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Wait, that means they're very, very accurately ranged.
Yeah, which is great because now if they switch to HE, they'll be fine. Meanwhile, I'm seeing Op 4, they have a line of people under Alpha HQ engaging with the entirety of Bravo to the northeast. That's going to delay that attack run. So now if Op 4 wants to focus on putting HE rounds down on Blue 4 Southern attack, they can. This is a good position for Op 4 here, though. Little Bird coming in, trying to spray down the BRDM.
I think, did the mortar just fire?
Yes, it did. I heard the explosion. It was far, though. Really far to the south.
Come on.
X-Ray engaging each other.
I don't know.
So the Blue 4 X-Ray guys started engaging. They took out one of the Op 4 gunners. Just took out another Op 4 gunner. I think that's their sniper down. They only got one guy left right here. I think Blue 4 is going to decisively win this fight because those 2 AS Val gunners up to the north are completely out of position for Op 4. Op 4, that 4-man blocking team is getting flanked by 2 pincers of Blue 4 Bravo.
Doing some real bad shots here.
Where's Green Thumb?
He's the mortar gunner.
Oh, yeah, way off, way off.
Ooh.
Range with flare rounds first.
That's what they did, and they were perfect.
Yeah, so I don't know what he's doing. These are... He's just not able to tell where they're going. I mean, use flare rounds and you'll see where they're going, but nah, if that mortar is going to be incredibly ineffective today. But yeah, no, Charlie's already taken quite a few losses, but they're the Overwatch team for Alpha to push in. Alpha's lost 2 guys as well. Again, that mortar... Yeah, they're not adjusting it at all. They're not properly page-upping that. Op4 still have a pretty significant chunk of forces watching over the west, too. They need to pull back and choose a different direction. You also have the Warrior firing from the MSR, trying to snipe.
Ooh, Golf 1.
Into positions here.
That was, Greg took out Naders in that building. It was a really nice shot through the window.
Yep, we saw him firing at Vagrant, too. Vagrant's gotten down. He's being suppressed, so he can't utilize that cord. But no, Op4 is just... They, for whatever reason, do not know how to use page up and page up down on the mortars because they're constantly firing in the same spot. And they're not making any adjustments. So they're just completely wasting that, maybe thinking the explosions are on target, but they're not.
Someone's having a chug. It's because someone tried to join with an editor prefuse.
That's cute.
I have no clue what that is, but... Oh, AOW.
Blue 4 have a bit of an opportunity. They've pulled back and regrouped their Alpha attack wave.
Yeah,
so even though Op4 doesn't have a lot of defenses here...
Charlie 1.
Yeah, the Overwatch team has been utterly picked off.
Just destroyed. Yanni's dead, Az is dead, Nebs is dead.
You gotta remember, we can see kill counts now. So Flux on 3 kills, Arma Jesus on 3 kills. The names I'm expecting, Tom on 2 kills. That's a new one. Falcons on 2 kills. Again, that's why you have to have all of your forces attack at the same time here, because if you start putting stuff unsupported with each other and you're fighting guys like Pepega, they will tear you apart. So even though Op4's mortar is not being effective for shit tonight, they're still able to be pretty effective here.
I've not seen this Hotel one fire its gun once.
I'm really surprised that Arcane's still up with that little bird. He's been doing a great job. Blue 4, meanwhile, they've pulled their 2 guys for X-Ray from the north, and the 2 AS Val Gunners for Op4 just completely lost. They haven't done any maneuvering.
Who's the last X-Ray guy alive? It's Kibaya.
Yeah, for Op4 close to that group. Yeah, but they've been up there, so I think they're just completely lost at this point. So again, X-Ray being underutilized. What else is new?
Yeah, Mortar's been abandoned. Oof.
So now we have a BTR coming around on the north. Both BTRs are actually coming around on the southern side. They might try to flank the Warrior. I don't think this 14.5mm will be able to disable the Warrior, but they might be able to disable the gun and then shoot out the lower parts of the track and just have a mobility kill on it. They might also get behind some other infantry groups and take them out. So that's a great play by Op4 there.
Honestly, from what I've seen from the Warrior here, it must almost be out of ammo.
Oh yeah, with all the shooting it's done, because it only has 200 rounds of M2 between 2 100-round boxes, because they decided that was a good idea.
Give it 50 autocannon rounds.
Yeah, I don't know. Little Bird, meanwhile, we've seen it do a few gun runs. I'm going to look at Arcane. Hasn't gotten any kills yet. He is flying in the night, though, so it makes it a little bit tougher to spot stuff, but if he slows down, though, those Cords and other 12.7 guns of Dishkas will be able to pinsmeal his helicopter pretty hard. So he's doing a good level of caution. He's distracting a lot of forces. He's distracting a lot of the heavier guns. An asset like that is usually meant to primarily scout and draw fire. And then if you have a really good pilot, like G-Legs, then maybe you'll get a few kills, but
the majority of the Red 4-4s on the actual site have not died.
Yep.
They have just kept strong, and I think Blue 4 have just been like precisionally wiped out at this point.
Looking up to the north, one of the AS Val Gunners got sniped. You still have Kabaya moving around here. We got a wounded Blue 4 guy too, and he does have a kill, so he has been at least harassing X-Ray from flanking around on the northern side. More mortars going out, but again, they are completely overranged.
It was Rory. He died.
It was a flare round. You know, that might be why their mortars are off, because the flare detonates before it lands on the ground, so it falls on the ground from there. And I think they were ranging with the flare, but the flare, because it detonated early, didn't actually show them properly where the round would go. So smoke rounds would be better, but it's too dark to call for smoke rounds. They don't have anyone on the ridge to call out where those smoke rounds land. So that is my bad. I think they had the mortar range, because we saw a flare round earlier that was completely on target, but it was because it fell early. Oh god, we have a Warrior charging one of the BTRs.
Who wins this fight?
Yeah, I don't think the BTR can penetrate in.
Yeah, and I don't think it can penetrate the BTR because it's firing with 7.62.
Amazing.
They don't have any M2 left. So this is just a battle of who can waste more ammo.
Oh, no. KPTV firing. I mean, that could disable the gun at the very least. Looks like, yeah, the Warrior's going for wheel shots here.
Why?
I don't know.
The Warrior should just run away to its forces and then
coordinate with AT, right? Yeah.
It's fucking chasing it.
Bravo, meanwhile, pushing in. We've got Grav leading with a few guys in the Humvee. Dingo coming around, trying to put a GL, but minimum det distance kicks off. Mortar now firing way left. Humvee doing a tactical flip. And might have just high-barred itself.
Oh my god.
It's a sit and duck. One of them getting out and immediately getting shot. Fred's throwing multiple explosive charges around.
Fred throws another charge.
Yeah, gets killed, but he might get Dingo with it. Gets Dingo with it.
Yeah.
Suicide charges. We got another one going off in the back. Was that an explosive trap?
Yeah, it
Nice.
was. 3 kills. Well, 2 downs, 1 kill. No, 4.
Steve has 2 kills right now, and he's in a building. So that was Steve's explosive trap. He was watching from the window
Oh my god! If
of this
Marlon
building.
had to die- If Marlon had to die, that's 4 kills.
That's 4 kills to an explosive trap. That is what I love seeing on these defensive objectives. The ingenuity at that level.
Oh, Hotel 1 down. It crashed. King lived though. What?
Damn, he crashed right next to the offensive wave. He's going to be stuck bandaging, but yeah, no, I think Op4 have distinctively won this fight overall.
Yeah.
Blue 4 have over 50% casualties at this point, if not more, maybe around 60.
And the fucking thing
Mortar
is
still,
firing.
yeah, keeps misfiring,
He's
but
still trying.
he is.
He's trying.
Got the Warrior now coming
Oh
down.
God, here it comes. Please get just.
I'm waiting to
knocked out
see
straight
who
away.
has AT.
Another GL. This, fuck me, man. What's going on?
I can't believe we saw the Humvee high bar itself like that.
And then Fred just throw 2 charges, 3 charges, and then die.
I mean, he at least got 1 kill with that, which is pretty
Yeah.
good. I mean, but what can you do in that situation when you get stuck like that after you flip?
Not rush the Humvee in? Or high bar it?
Look, I think rushing into an objective is a good call, but once you're that last attack wave coming in, it's a lost cause at that point, because all of your other support angles are screwed.
Rowan for Red 4. He's on Alpha HQ.
Who?
Roven.
Yeah, he's on no kills, but now he's using the 50 cal. Because it was hand-delivered by Blue 4. Falcon, meanwhile, pushing. Throws a grenade onto Oddball's position. I think the wall's going to absorb that. Purton, meanwhile, running around. What's Falcon on in terms of kill count? Still 2. Purton could try to flank, though. But you're seeing marksman shots from Coda, knocking out the pilot. Coda's on 9 freaking kills.
Whoa, where's Coda?
He's next to the cord. That's, yeah, so of course it's Papega racking up the kill counts here. I was wondering who was picking off most of those guys, but with that PKP in this position, he was definitely picking off Blue Force Charlie attack wave to the south. Falcon, did Falcon find, yep, Falcon found Purton and took him out.
They just have no AT, don't they? Have to have at least 1 AT. Just someone doesn't want to approach.
Kick here with the RPK bandaging here. Blue 4 doing their best to medic up these 2 remaining guys. I mean, Falcon, if he were to come up, wipe these guys, there is a Moz on the ground. He could take that and then hit the Vic. We see some flares being fired in front of the Vic there. They're trying to fire 50 cal rounds into the Warrior, but I don't think it'll be enough.
Is Misfit trying? Oh no, Misfit's the only one I've seen with AT at the moment.
Yep.
And Dayrop is completely exposed to his location with the flare.
Meanwhile, all of
He's getting
Op4
him, he's
X-Ray's
getting him.
dead, but Blue 4's down to 4 dudes on X-Ray's side there. And then we still have the remnants of Alpha Blue 4 coming up from the south, trying to regroup here, but I don't think it'll be enough. At this point, I don't see how Blue 4 can bounce back out of this, in all honesty. There's just way too many defenders. There's defenders with almost 10 kills on Op4's side that are still alive.
Golf 3, Red 4.
What is he doing? What?
He's
He's putting an explosive satchel!
No way.
He armed it.
And they haven't heard it. Oh, I love this.
What do you set the timer for?
I probably set it to a clacker.
Oh my god.
Do you know what?
The genius. Oddball pushing Falcon right now. Oddball caught in a reload. Falcon unable to get the kill. He does a quick reload. Oh, this is beautiful.
Throw it.
No, but he didn't want to risk them hearing the beep beep. Falcon somehow not catching Oddball there. Did Oddball even get hit? No, he did a few times, but I guess Falcon didn't get any shots on the close thing. That was a little weird. Falcon, I guess, missed all those shots. Maybe it was over range. I don't know.
Throwing it is funnier. Because I did that once. Oh, Armor Jesus just dies. Okay, Armor Jesus is fucking dead.
Guy Fury coming around. The rest of that Alpha group is dead.
Oh yeah, no, everyone's. It is literally just.
When did they all get picked off though?
Well, the Alpha group for.
Yeah, there was still like 5 of them to the south, and now they're all dead.
Well, for Red 4.
For Blue 4.
Oh, yeah.
There were still 5 of them alive when I checked a second ago.
Guy Fieri, Legal Action, Flux, and Armor Jesus, who died, were here. So.
Coda died on 9 kills. BTR's coming around, picking off the remaining Blue 4 dudes here. Ah, this is messy.
Jesus Christ. The fucking is still firing. They are still firing the mortar. Look, you have to.
Ooh, great penetration kill by Olaf with the BTR, 80. And now they're also picking off remaining bodies here, still trying to fire more rounds at KPTV. Kullish trying to crawl away. And he's not able to get away because that BTR just takes him out. It's up to the 4 guys on X-Ray.
They're still firing mortars. Look how far their flares have gone to the northeast. I think they learned how to use page up, but not page down.
Spectator.
Why can we never get like a good consistent mortar display?
I'm putting in Spectator if they're gonna have admin call it, because X-Ray hasn't moved from the north. Like, I think there should be a 5-minute call at this point, because this is.
Nah, they normally don't do that, and it's weird. I don't know why they don't.
We've seen them do that in the past, though.
They don't do it anymore. They have a car. It's exactly. It doesn't make sense.
I want to argue that because it should be a 5-minute call at this point. Yes, they have a car, which means they can get there in the 5 minutes, but otherwise they're going to make everyone wait 25 minutes for them to basically set up their sniper and just plink at people for the next 25. It's over. You know what I mean? It's over. They don't even have their sniper still up, so unless we're going to see a rush play. I agree with Hardcore there. Yeah, let's see where the car goes, but if they drive off somewhere stupid with it. But that's the one thing I hate about rounds like these is when you have one group kind of that went out and about. Like, what are you going to do at that point? I don't know. Again, we saw Op4 survive a single attack from the south, repel that. They had a 4-man team defending against a northeastern attack, which stopped that attack from coming in. And then Blue 4 basically did one attack wave, lost, another attack wave, lost, counterattack, lost. And now X-Ray, who beat Op4 X-Ray, who are stuck in the north this entire time, are now coming down.
Jesus, Op4 just didn't budge.
No, they didn't, and I was really worried because their deployment was favoring the west and northwest a bit more, but they were able to at least use their Overwatch position. I mean, Coda with 9 kills.
Look, most of the deaths
picking Charlie off. I mean, it was beautiful.
If you look at most of the deaths for Op4, majority of them are outside of the zone, where
Yep.
So that their protection here was.
And right off the bat, you got Kabui firing up at the 4 Blue 4 guys coming down. So now I'm waiting to see Pepega Aggression go up there and just clean them up at this point. Squishy, honestly, personal preference. I mean, King of the Hill is always populated. Friday Night Fights is always well populated on Fridays. OFCRA is pretty good on Thursdays as well for slightly less players than FNF in the, anywhere from 70 to 90, even up to 100 range. If you want something smaller scale, Vanilla's Control Odessa or, those types of control objectives are also pretty fun. If you're looking for something more PvE, there's always Liberation or Antistasi or Invade and Annex servers. It's up to you, buddy. And no, this is... They're different every round. This was a 3-terminal defense, and Op4 just completely stomped. Normally the operations aren't this one-sided. I think it was just Blue 4 had a really bad strategy for attack here. And Op 4 was just too well entrenched. So despite Blue 4 having all of the, you know, nice vehicles, they just didn't have enough to crew all of them, and it bit them in the ass. So now we're waiting for these 4 remaining guys to come in, but GG at this point. Alrighty. So we just have some downtime. How's everyone in chat doing? Falcon, I do not know how you didn't get oddball on that bout right there. Oddball and the other guys eventually got killed by a BTR that came around and just shot everyone in the back, but that was, your frames went to shit? Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, so I think, again, my prediction for the mortar is the mortar was firing flares to properly range and then switched to HE, but the HE kept going. And that's why the mortars were out of off range there, because even I forgot that the mortars detonate before they actually land.
Charlie HQ.
They just picked off that one guy on the hill. We got 2 more coming around on the right flank. We got Flux and Legal Action coming up. I just want to do a quick math count real quick for Pepega on Charlie here.
Tackleberry has a BTR, Flux, and Legal Action.
Coda on 9, Vince with 2, so that's 11. Flux with 3, so that's 14. 15, 16 with Cake here. With Arma Jesus, it's 20. With Tom, 22. Guy Fury, 24. And then Night Owl and Michael didn't get anything. So Pepega, 24 kills in Charlie. I mean, that's substantial.
Yeah, well,
you did get satcheled. Oh, man.
Goggles for our warriors, so we had to get really close to see anything.
I also have a question. Did you only have 2 100-round belts?
Yeah, we ran out of ammo while shooting at the BTR.
Yeah. I saw that on the mission brief, and I thought that was...
You kept shooting at the BTR with 7.62.
With 7.62. What were you thinking there?
We were trying to pop the tires. That's why.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
BTR tires are horrible to pop.
Space just is a terminal game, but you can kill the entire squad
in
on
that
the...
position we were at, we killed at least 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah, G-Leg's got 4 kills total, so not bad. But I think you should have been given more ammo, or your auto cannon for a few rounds at least.
Nice to
have proper night vision optics.
Yeah. I mean, I was looking through a little slit the entire time because the actual, was it the camera?
Yep.
It was just pitch black.
Great. Balance everyone.
Or just wrapping this round up because
so Blue 4 just lost their fucking.
Well, Arkane then took control and did some good gun runs. He drew a good amount of fire, but.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What happened to that Humvee right there?
Flux got taken out. Or no, Flux took your one guy out. Yeah, so the Humvee charged ahead, it flipped itself, rolled back over, and then high-barred itself.
And then Fred jumped out and threw a couple
everyone
charges.
got out, got annihilated. Fred started throwing charges, got a few kills, but he was also taken out. So it was just a very unfortunate spearhead.
Tackleberry versus the world.
I mean, he has the suppressed Mark 14. He has a kill. He could potentially sneak in and take Terminal 3, but I don't see him touching anything else. His one advantage right now is all of... Oh, no, he just got spotted by...
Run, Taco.
Michael, but Michael's now being shot at by friendlies. So can Michael get the kill before he's shot at by all of... Nope. He gets annihilated by his own team. Excellent.
Yeah, we got him.
Anyone outside of the perimeter is to be shot on sight, no exceptions. See, once they realize that he was a friendly... They're going to then question why he was shooting in the... I don't know.
No, none of them will realize he's a friendly.
Yeah.
The one thing in FNF is that if friendly fire happens, no one's going to know he's a friendly.
Hey, Maz, you're a mission dev, right? How can people in FNF PID? Oop, Tackle got his second kill.
It's called the DUI, the Dewey.
The Dewey?
The Dewey. You do it, and it's...
What does that do?
I see. Well, I mean, I was thinking more so if you open your map, you would see markers where everyone on your team was, right?
Yep.
So,
that exists.
you know, if you just open your map, you can see that there's an Op 4 guy out there, and you're Op 4, and you realize, oh, that's a friendly. I shouldn't shoot at him, right?
I thought that means shoot at them.
Right.
So now you have to remember Liru Maz is a player as well.
You're right. I forgot. My
if you're on
bad.
blue and you see a blue marker, it means kill them, right?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
of course it
Yes,
does.
Yes, Maz. Pat, pat.
Ah, sorry to hear that, Phantom. It be like that
Will Green
sometimes.
Thumb, the man who missed every single mortar shot in existence, be the one to finish the game?
I think he saw him.
Yeah, I think he did. Honestly, Maz, can you get a baby version of the mortar? Because I just kind of want to see more. Like, can we just add the artillery computer? I just want to see mortars actually hit their targets.
No.
Oh. Green Thumb's trying to. Oh! Tackle's on a one-man mission here.
Send in Goat Team 6.
I hope
now.
Green at least called that out to say, hey, there's a bad guy over here.
Yeah, his last words were and then he died.
100% just didn't say
Willow,
anything.
thanks for giving 2 subs out. If you got something from Willow, make sure you thank him. Otherwise, hope you all keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Yeah, well, he's got 15 minutes
Just
to do
shooting
it.
Windows. He's got the gun to do it as well.
Yeah, the one taps. Okay, for a split second, I thought the body next to him had a javelin tube, and I realized no, it was just a knocked over light pole.
When javelins in FNF?
It's
when?
been a while, but they were in the
one.
past,
Yeah, when there was 1 BTR and 40 players on the server.
right?
We need more javelins, it'll be funny.
Touch it, tackle. Why are you jumping on a tackle?
Oh, his enhanced movement is the same button.
No,
Use
no.
the enter key then.
No.
The enter key tackle.
Or the middle mouse button.
Or the middle mouse button tackle. There we go.
Hey, now he's going to die. A horrible, painful death.
Everyone's swarming now.
Oh, look at Flux. Flux is just... Tackle, run. Leave the building.
Oh no.
Oh, and the BTR.
And he's going to go on the rooftop. That's not a good idea.
Oh, I think... Oh, no, sure, I didn't see him.
Oh,
Flux
hey.
frozen nade. Tackle.
He shuts the door because he hears the grenades coming.
Shy might get killed by... Oh. Nades. There's just so many nades.
Keep throwing all of the nades. I'm waiting for some chucklehead to throw like an explosive satchel. Cake here coming in. And there it is, GG.
Oh,
We
Cracker
still-
did pretty well there.
I think because Iander's bleeding out, but he was stabilized. Yeah. All right, there's the call.
Alright,
Yeah,
have a
I'm
good
just
stream,
down
guys.
fucking
Yep,
nade.
right on, Mads. Good luck next round. So I think Papega got 25 kills in total that round.
Yeah, Vega does a great job.
Hey, controversial. Papega Pirates are now the best community in FNF. Push past Scandi Recon at this point. And that's no offense to Scandi Recon, but you know. We've seen more of Papega Pirates recently than Scandi Recon.
1 second. I don't want to officially say that, but I will say that yes, they have gotten. They've been doing quite good over the past
Not
few weeks, to say the
officially,
least.
but-
Don op for one. All right, so now what we're gonna go to voice activation. We're gonna run our first batch of ads because we're on intermission. I say as I go to YouTube instead of Twitter. No, it's Twitch. Great, yeah, shows you
Yeah,
how well
you
my
got all
mind's
of them
going.
wrong.
Yes, I know. There's a chick streaming in a hot tub on the front page. What else is new? I thought they banned those, but I
Is
guess
she-
not.
Is she in the multi?
I don't fucking know. I only saw it for a split second. I don't give a shit about thoughts.
No, they didn't remove it. They added a
Alley
hot
Mad region.
tubs.
They just added a tab specifically for
Yeah.
hot tub streams. Amazing.
Well, it made them fuck tons of money, so why wouldn't they?
Damn right.
So let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
But man, if I could jump in a hot tub on stream and then have thousands of dollars just piled into me, I fucking would.
I think anyone would at that
Unfortunately,
point.
No one wants to see me in a hot tub.
All right, map is going to be Alabad region. Let's go ahead and look at the mission. This is round 2. And this is going to be between Blue 4 and Green
Sam's back in my
4.
chat.
All right, destroy objective. All right, so Blue 4.
Smalls. Woo.
is going to be a cache site hunt from the looks of things, probably counterinsurgency, so I'd imagine Green 4 is going to be Durka Durka militia, and I'm seeing that with the words Islamic Rebel Landa. Perfect. And Blue 4 is going to be probably U.S. Marines or U.S. Armed Forces, Army specifically. So Blue 4 gets 2 M2 Humvees and SMAs with 2 AT and 1 HE. Op 4 is getting an RPG-7 with 3 AT and 1 HE. Interesting. So HE on both sides. We'll see how that works. But otherwise, let me write this out. What's their number advantage again? 12. That's significant. While Green 4 has 2 Dishka Helixes, 2 static cords, and transports, because the Islamic Rebel Lada isn't armed by default.
Wait, Eander's refusing. Has someone taken Eander's small?
I don't know, with a 12% number advantage, we're going to need to see those Helixes on Green 4 immediately counterattack when the round begins. Otherwise, I think Blue 4 is just going to completely overpower. I really don't see how else they can win this off the bat, because a 12% numbers advantage is massive. It's absolutely massive.
Oh, damn, 12%?
Yeah.
Gee.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's pretty freaking significant, man.
Eander didn't take the small.
So what's he taking then?
Team leader.
That means someone kicked him off of it. Definitely someone kicked him off of it.
I don't think he wanted it.
That means he's either drunk or he just doesn't like the SMA.
I am intrigued. He's crying about it.
Is he?
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
I just don't think he likes the small, which is interesting because the small's a very, very good rocket. RPG 32 or bust. He doesn't want anything but the 32.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Alright. Get rid of that. We should be good. RPG 32 or bust, I see. Yep, so he's just protesting against the SMA. Whatever. What's this? This is Friday Night Fights.
What is this?
Where we almost have 120 people on tonight. Justy Boy 73, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. No, wait, it's a regular sub. My bad. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of the scenario. I guess I'll go over some additional announcements for myself personally. Number one, by the end of this weekend, I will have a schedule out for dedicated DayZ streams where you can troll me again, and they're not going to disappear because I'll be playing across 2 separate servers, so if one goes down, I can just switch to the other one. Frost says that the new batch of servers should be ready by this weekend, and if it's not, then there's another server I'm going to go play on and go get myself shot at. And okay, I might add bro speak to DayZ since you people like torturing me with that anyway. We need to burn points anyway.
Oh god, bro speak was so long ago.
I know, right? What a time. But otherwise, announcement number 2, streams for the next coming week. Saturday, we're going to have 3 on the ground ops back to back to back. 3 p.m. EST. All these times are going to be in EST, by the way. I'm going to try Starsim again with a more casual group called the 38th. We'll see how that goes. That'll be from 3 to 4:50. 5 o'clock, we're going to be doing an Army of 2 inspired Operation Mogadishu on the ground. That's going to be hosted by Patchwork and Pog as a mini MCO style event. And then at 7, I'm going to be playing with the 228th on a Halo op, and we'll see how that goes. And we'll be bugging Dante. It's going to be great. People that remember Dante, He's a great guy. I like messing with him. Otherwise, Sunday, we're going to be playing an on-the-ground off at 10 a.m., and then MCO will be at 1:30. Around that time, 1-ish. That'll be a really interesting one, because that could either last like 1 or 3 hours, depending on how well the player base does. A lot of cool features we're doing with that, because it's pretty much an RTS in Arma 3, how Ground Command's going to play it and how I'm going to play it as a Zeus side. So, there's that, and then Monday we're gonna have UNSC op continuing that mini campaign. Tuesday we're gonna have another freaking emu style op, and then Wednesday we're gonna do 506 op on the ground at late night, and whatchamacallit, probably another Black Templar versus Furries op, because I'm due for one, because it's been a while since that latest video from Flash Kids came out, and that's my rule. Whenever he releases something of that caliber, I have to make an op about it. Plus we this morning, before we started FNF, I finalized how to utilize set scale with an each frame command provided by a man named Wyatt, which I was teasing on Twitter. So now we have abominations that don't do the scaling up and down issue, as long as we put them in the init player local attachment and preset them beforehand, which is going to be great because Pay for Pain is going to be next Thursday, which I will try to do some development of tonight to start kicking that off. And we're going to bully Pog with a bunch of crazy, silly, stupid things. So, fun. Now, as a reminder, for Friday Night Fights, if you ever want to join, all you got to do is do !FNF and join the Discord, download their mod set, come on the TeamSpeak. Server capacity is 124. As you can see, we're at 117, so we still have 7 slots left. Till we have an official full server. You'll be jumping into a group called Centaur, which is how they bundle all the individual solo players. And they'll tell you where to go and what to join, and then you can try it out.
Cool.
People are mad because apparently they wasted all their points on shutting you up last week or the week before. You remember that? Because you were like utterly... Were you drunk or depressed?
Both. Typically
both. Right. My bad.
Apparently a picture was not found. I have an announcement, funnily enough.
Go for it.
Doing something. The Escalation Dream Content Broadcast Association is planning its the first event. It's going to be an Easter event. You've probably heard me talk about it. I have got Devourer, as everyone knows. He's I got. Thank you again. I think I said this last week. You put me in contact with him, which was nice. So we've been going back and forth, and just about the model for I can say now the model for the egg is ready, or just about ready. And I am currently building a map on Altus. I'm building a bunch of stuff on Altus. I've done about 35 to 40% of the map so far, and that's taken me about a week and a half. It is. Whew. So it is open to literally everyone when the signups go out. It's 30 to 40 players, but it can go up. Teams of 4. It is PvPvE, so there will be PvP zones. Or alternatively, if you don't want to do the PvP, you can just go to the PvE zones, which you will find eggs. But the PvP zones also have eggs, so it's just there's a little bit for everyone. There's lots of intricate things. It's all on a document that I think I have linked.
It's an Easter egg hunt.
There's also an underlying story to it, which obviously I can't go into too much, but I am rambling. So if you're interested, come to my chat and do !Easter event. You'll see the document. The signups will go out soon once the map is completed, and I've got all the eggs and stuff. And anyway, let's do.
Want to go ahead and rebrief
our jobs? Yeah, let's do our jobs. Oh, for fuck's sakes! I haven't set up the. Okay, I lied. I haven't set up the command.
All right.
I'll set that up in a second.
Should I do background while you do that then?
No, it's fine. I'll do it.
All right, go ahead.
I don't know. We'll do a voice.
Voice it.
The voice. The hot and poor region is now facing another difficulty. The new extremist group that is on the rise in the Aliabad region. From what the USMC intel says, they have multiple ammo caches in the area that have to be destroyed. Area of operations: sand.
All right, we're not going to see Darth Vader anywhere. No mission-specific rules. Cool, there was just a car crash outside of my house. Anyway, I'm not sure if the mic caught any of that, but I don't care. The objective 2 ammo caches on the outside there. Damn, that was loud. Mission variables, we've got 50-minute rounds. Safe start's going to be 15 minutes. Usually that doesn't change. Maximum view distance 900 meters. No magnified optics nor night vision equipment. Defender 45 points is going to be 125. That is going to be... That's the standard, usually. But otherwise, map settings, we have them listed here. Blue 4 getting SMAs, Op 4 getting RPGs. 3 rounds of AT per RPG and 1 HE round per person, which means per team, because you have the AT guy and the assistant, it would be 6 and 2. Blue 4, it would be 4 and 2, because they get HE and AT. Otherwise, looking at Blue 4 here, you got the to do the breakdown again. Platoon leader, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, assault rifle, or excuse me, auto rifleman assistant, grenadier, grenadier IR, which stands for Hunt IR. They get the Hunt IR cameras that they can fire out of the 40mm launcher, and then they have a little tablet they use to see from the camera as it parachutes down to the ground, basically a scouting tool. Machine gunner assistant, combat engineer, light anti-tank, mat 1, mat assistant 1, mat 2, mat assistant 2. So, these 2 guys are per team. Recon infantry scout, which are the suppressed shooters. Designated marksman, looks like it's going to be a Mark 11 for Blue 4. That's why I like to look at this, because it's the only way to identify what that weapon is without trying to dig for people. Sniper looks like an M20 10, but we'll see that again. Crew leader, crew, pilots, medical, and then the base kit for those infantry. But anyway, standard U.S. Marines is going to be M27s, which are fully automatic M4s. And then you have a standard M4A1 as well. M9 Bred as a secondary 249s, 240 Bravos. M136s for the light anti-tank. The M40A5, that's what I was looking for. Not the M2010. The M40A5 is going to be for the sniper. And then the suppressed shooters get a choice of the M14 or the SOCOM 16. Both 20-round 7.62 by 51 battle rifles with suppressors on it. Then we have an MP7 or an M4A1 as the crew and aviation. Nothing on the crew served weapons. Assets-wise, we're going to have 2 M2s and then transports in the mix of Humvees and trucks along all of that. But otherwise, yeah, that is it for Blue 4. I'll talk about the cars in a second. Just let's finish this real quick. So Blue 4 has a choice of 2 different spawn points. Green 4 is going to be defending all the way up here. Alabad, I mean, it's a small map. I think, honestly, yeah, this AO is going to be doing pretty much the entirety of the map itself, interestingly enough. But looking at Green 4 here, we've got... under Infor here. Oh, God. Thank God, Dream. You see under uniform, in case I wasn't able to read the text. God.
You see,
there it
is. This is for me. This is a personal thing I asked because my eyesight's so bad. I need it this close.
Snorkel, by the way, means that the vehicle literally has a snorkel. I just forget what the snorkel's for.
Snork.
But it does have a snorkel system. But again, I don't remember why. Matt, no, I'm looking. Where is their designated marksman? SVDs. You can tell by the little camo on the front of that. Loadouts, we're going to have AKMs, AKSs. The crew and aviation get the choice between the AKS or the PP2000. Dang, I was hoping for a 74 v 74 like usual. Recon, suppressed shooters get the choice of either the AKS with 45-round mags or the ASVAL. Again, I always recommend the AKS. Sniper gets a T5000, RPG-26 for the light anti-tank. Support gunners, light machine gunners are going to get the RPK-74. Medium machine gunners are going to get the PKP. Otherwise, nothing on their CSW. They're going to get 4 motorbikes. I'd assume that is for recon. 2 transport cars for just for people to drive around, probably command. 2 Hilux Dishkas. I would highly recommend Green 4 uses those early on to counter any Blue 4 convoys coming in. And then 2 Cord Statics that they should probably put at the cache sites themselves to help defend them. Otherwise, that should be it for everything. Going ahead and breaking down their roster. Blue 4 is going to be led by Pierce. Dream, what are your thoughts on Pierce? Awesome.
Redacted.
Okay. Well, Pierce is one of the better commanders, I would say, in FNF. He's one of the guys that does it very often. The only issue I have with Pierce is sometimes he comes up with really, really dumb plans that 9 out of 10 blow up in his face, but 1 out of 10 are just so metally dumb that they just completely overpower the enemy and how they've set up. I don't really know how else to explain it.
All I'm going to say is majority of the time they do fail, and they fail spectacularly.
Yes, but then that other percentage is he
But then
just
when they
somehow
do go
completely...
They
even though there's
succeed.
no reason for it to work properly, the only reason it works is because in his mind, what he was trying to do, or maybe he wasn't trying to do, but his plan that he made just happened to completely counter what the enemy did. I still think of a few where it was just so dumb how it happened, but he won, so that's all that matters at the end of the day. Korvac's going to be his 2IC, Saddam taking his platoon medic, Maz leading X-Ray, Despo taking the M40A5, Sniper, Sushi. He has his Bino out. He's going to be the Team 2IC because he has the M27 behind him, which means Sayek and Timek are going to be the suppressed gunners. Doesn't really matter which gun they take. I think Timek has the Mark 14 EBR. Sayek with the SOCOM 16. Again, both are the pretty much the same. Norris leading Alpha HQ, keeping the teams differentiated. Norris, really good note. He's not rocking a machine gun, though. That is his preferred role. Otherwise, Night Owl rocking Alpha. We got Iqbal, Wolf, Vigran, and Grav and Artisan under him. Rory has Tackleberry 2600, Ash, Eric, Swola, and Banks with him under Alpha 2. Nemesis from Scan Your Recon leading Bravo HQ with Iander Azariah taking the Smog because Iander doesn't want to touch it. Whiplash, N1, Malin, Yanni, and Arcor. Bravo has Nafs leading with Calls, Parrot, and Cats, Dobbs, and Gaby. And I want to see how they redeem themselves today because round one, they got absolutely slaughtered. Charlie 1 has members of 1RW with Wise, Newton, and Barrett, Ruffs, Guzman all together. They're being led by Johnson. And it looks like they merged the teams to form one large group. Same with Delta, being led by our friend Emzakov from Fatal Puppy Squad. He's got Matura, Professional Noob, Mispir, DJ, Zymel, Broken, Colonel Arcane from the 82nd, Gamboju, Darup, Rastafari, and Kiko with him under that group. Otherwise, for Green 4, we have Tenderbaner leading. Now, this is interesting because Tenderbaner was the 2IC of Op 4 who completely stomped out Blue 4 in the last round. However, I think that was more of just a positional thing because there wasn't really a lot of things Op 4 needed to do command-wise. So I'm not going to give him too much of the benefit in that leadership of being the 2IC from the winner of the last round because I don't think it would have helped him out that much because it was just a pretty simple defense of all objectives in the same area. But we'll see what he's able to do today. Kiri being his 2IC and then Falcon being the platoon medic, which means he has a Lone Wolf pass and he will definitely use it. That's the best way to use Falcon in my opinion. Just ask OFCRA. Dab. Anyway, Oddball leading X-Ray. We got Jack taking the T5000. Seven being the 2IC for the team, and Wolfer being the single suppressed shooter with an ASVAL. We don't see a second suppressed shooter up there. Interesting. Lolo leading Alpha HQ. Actually, I think Alpha 2 and Alpha HQ merged, and I think they took the vehicle crews. Because we see Nebs with the PP2000 because the vehicle groups are given individually to the squads. So I think Lolo's the team leader for Alpha 2, and he's just merged with that vehicle crew to work with him. So probably one of the Dishka cars. Which also means that they're probably, because we don't see a dedicated driver and gunner for the Dishkas, it means they're probably going to use them at the squad level instead of counter-attacking Blue 4's convoys as they come in, which in my opinion is a mistake, considering Blue 4 has a 12% numbers advantage and will honestly wipe the floor with Green 4, in my opinion, because of that high number, but we'll see. Nebs being that vehicle crew guy, Lolo being the team leader for Alpha 2, merged with Alpha HQ with Fred, Nader, Shy, Green Thumb, Seismo, Patriot, and Olaf together. Alpha 1 has Dingo leading with Revenge, Autovisky, Spiky RP, G-Legs, Kabaya, and Sam. Bravo HQ has Alec. I'm not going to finish the name because then my own little device listening bullshit thing upstairs hears me and starts playing Despacito, and it's copyrighted. Bojin, Aijin, Tomek, Pavlovic, Esco, Doki, Hilandi, and Benjamin, all under Bravo HQ. Looks like they all merged. Charlie HQ, this is a saving grace that Green 4 has. They have Pega Pirates, but Pega Pirates got like 25 kills last round together. With Coda getting 9 with the machine gun. So we'll see if they're able to help nullify the number advantage here. But that's only because they were in a good defensive position. If they are against like an entire force on their own, they can hold pretty well, but they will eventually be overpowered. We've seen it time and time again. But King leading with Kekir. Again, they've merged everything together, so it's just Charlie HQ. Kekir, Coda, Tom, Rovin, Sideways Events, Arma, Jesus, Flux, Legal Action, Michael, Shade, and Guy Fieri. Again, the fearsome foursome of Guy Fieri, Legal, Arma, and Keener all together. However, again, Coda got like freaking 9 kills last round. And he's a PKP gunner. He was a PKM gunner last time, so I'm going to be watching him to see how well he does this round as well. Delta HQ has 3 men, Navy Bar, and 30K, and then Delta 2 has Steve, 3 members of 1RCC, and Ace, because I can never pronounce his main name correctly.
Code has another chord.
Yeah, I know. I saw he has another chord as well, because this was the exact combo we rocked last round to get those 9 kills. A chord
Jesus.
and a PKP. So I'll be really curious to see how he's able to lock this down. Papega, I mean, they're very good iron sight marksmen, and this is going to be an iron sight fight. Or a 1x scope fight. So these big open areas, I think Papega has a big amount of room to win, but statistically with a 12% number advantage and Green 4 not committing anything to counterattack early on with their fast-moving Dishka Hillixes, I feel like statistically the odds are in Blue 4's favor, but based off of Papega's performance last round, you could make a reasonable bet on Papega and Falcon here on Green 4 as well, and I think they have a chance. I would say the split should be 60% Blue 4, 40% Green 4. But it's going to depend on the early game, which is going to really just result on how well Papega does. But looking at the 2 sectors here, it is a 2 cache hunt, so Blue 4 needs to destroy 2 caches or completely eliminate Green 4 to win. Green 4 need to hold the caches for 50 minutes or completely eliminate Blue 4 to win. Cache sites are known, but not where specifically in the site they are, so Blue 4 would only see this box right here, but the cache is specifically in one of these buildings, which we can go ahead and try to find. Normally you have a marker, like a green map marker, excuse me, a red map marker on our interface to see where they specifically are, but it looks like we don't today, so here is the first cache right there. Second cache is in one of these 2 buildings, which, I mean, it's kind of obvious where it would be if there's only 2 buildings to hide it. AT explosives would easily blow up the cache or just mag dumping it. Also note these little black shadows, they mean that these are pre-placed, non-pre-placed buildings, so the mission maker deliberately put these here for balance sake on the scenario. So a lot of open ground here between the caches that Green 4 could really capitalize on. But 2 separate AOs, that's going to be really tough to defend, and we see X-Ray already mounting up in motorcycles to go. What?
Look at Coda, like, sideways area, and look how they fucking use their their budget.
Yeah, no, I mean, they've made this into a pretty
that's actually
awesome
really
kill
good.
zone, but I mean, leave it to Papega to make positions like these. Almost 250,000 points in the pot. Now, real quick, just as a record, because I don't want people to say I'm heartless, even though what I'm about to say is going to make me heartless. We have a few jackasses around my neighborhood with these, like, really fancy cars, which, again, I really don't care. But they take the fucking mufflers off and then will rev the engine at 3 a.m. And that is what you just heard crash outside like 15 minutes ago, which is why I don't give a shit. In fact, I'm a little happy about it because that means I'm not going to hear him rev the fucking engine at 3 a.m.
Do you know what happens outside my house? Because my house got a roundabout right outside it. People at 2, 3 in the morning come around with their fucking cars that can, like, slightly drift.
Yeah.
And will attempt to do a full 360 around the entire fucking roundabout, and it's so annoying.
Like, I'll be honest, I'm not a car person. I can appreciate a good car look though. I don't care. But if you're one of those jackasses that revs it at 2 or 3 a.m. while I'm trying to fucking sleep or like do late night mission dev or editing,
kick the shit out of you.
I will kind of just stare from my window if you get into a fiery car crash and just sip my lemonade and continue about my day. I'm heartless. I know.
That's where me and Liru are different. I will actively come out and kick the shit of you while you're on fire.
Well, see, that would get you in trouble, Dream, okay?
I don't care. I'll just say I was trying to put him out.
Okay. Anyway.
With my feet and my fist.
I see. Well, round's about to begin. I know your feet can't put anything out because I sold pictures of it for money. I know.
And Sam has fallen. That would have been really dangerous if we had ticked over because Sam fell off the minaret.
Well, he'd still be alive, though, because when you have the 50-minute safe start...
Yeah, but if the safe start ended as
yeah, and he fell out, he would have died. Because it makes players invincible. It doesn't make vehicles invincible, though. It's just quite funny. But
no, we've seen vehicles explode. Yeah,
time and time again. But otherwise, Green 4, we got Kiri and Tenderbaner, the 2 leadership elements going up to Hill 113. I would assume to scout from that location. We have a few members of Papega going down to Ahmed Golan. Golam, probably to scout from the ridge just to see where Blue 4 is coming. Honestly, if I were Blue 4, I would hit these objectives one at a time. I'd focus on more than likely the right AO first, which is the eastern side one. Have a force on the ridge covering as infantry moved in through the valley. maybe have a third force of just a single squad or maybe even a single team on the far northeastern flank to come around and basically suppress and assist my forces push in. And I would probably spend the first 20 minutes just systematically trying to find and eliminate any forces that Green 4 put outside of the cache sites to make sure they wouldn't flank me later, and then just systematically take everything down, really utilizing my number advantage.
You think about this too much.
I do, as someone that's
Commanders
spectated
don't
this for
think
over a
about
year and a
this.
half. I know, I can dream. But see, here's the thing.
You
The
kinda
one or
need-
two times we see it happen, Dream, like when King commanded
It
that one
works.
time and just absolutely annihilated the
Guys,
other side
if you
because he
think you
thought of
can't
it this
make
way.
If you think you can't make it in FNF as a commander, you can. All you have to do is think.
Yeah, it's
And you will
funny.
win.
It's really funny to see. Otherwise, Blue 4 doing a far dismount. Looks like they're going to do exactly as I said. Have a force on the ridge cover,
Oh my God.
and then
Someone's
have another force
funked.
go through the valley. We're not going to see any right flanking force, but, having two forces able to cover each other like this is good enough for me. All right, that's good enough for me. The one issue we're going to have here, though, is Papega's on the front line in a defensive position. But I said this earlier, Papega is really... When they fight the entire force in a target-rich environment, it's honestly a 50-50 of are they going to be able to pop everyone's head in time, or is too much overlapping fire going to come in? Now, Blue 4 only has 2 Humvees. They don't have any other vehicles to help with support, which is going to make it tough. But, ooh, so Papega already doing a 4-man ambush as Blue 4 starting to move down in the valley, in the open. No kills, though, which is actually surprising for Papega. Even with Flux up here as a marksman, I mean, yes, this has definitely confused Blue 4. I'd love to see Green 4 X-Ray now come in and do a flanking action to deliver enfilading fire on this position, but I think Green 4 X-Ray, I mean, they're all the way out in Wolak. I think they're going to be misplayed the entire operation, which is, again, what you normally see. I'm also seeing Blue 4 firing at their own X-Ray element because they're completely confused. And they're also firing further back on Arcane's position. So the... Oh, this is brilliant.
Banks and Swallow firing.
This
no,
is
Swallow
brilliant.
Firing at their friends.
So Vince actually got picked off here. We also see another
Collins.
Papega member. Mikkel is down. The rest of Green 4 is pulling back, but that's made Blue 4 do a little bit of blue on blue.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they... Yeah, no one died.
taxi
No one
is
got
gone.
wounded from that.
The taxi is gone.
So if this was a 3 objective... You could claim that that play was done to stall the clock by stopping Blue 4's dismount, but this is a 2-area objective, and the objectives honestly could be taken within 20 minutes if Blue 4 hauls ass and does some really good PvP to fight through. So you can't really go for that play with these 2 objectives being so close, but maybe we could see X-Ray come in and engage, but that's the one fear you have, even if you have veteran players like Papega, is just so many guns turning up and firing at your position, eventually someone's going to hit you. And if you're not able to start landing those headshots, then you're done, essentially. Now, if Blue 4 happen to lose their commander in that offensive operation, then I would probably be giving an early advantage to Green 4 because Pierce usually has plans that require a lot of coordination from him, at least in the early
But
strat.
that's why he stays back.
Yeah.
A good chunk of the time. As you can see, he's sitting in one of his vehicles at the moment, just hanging out behind the main force.
Now, we really need to see... Papega's messing around. They're shooting a few shots and throwing grenades at each other, which I find funny, but we need to see X-Ray come around and do a flank. And it looks like they are starting to move south and come around here. They're starting to sight out Blue 4's positions. But if we could see that sniper set up somewhere in one of the... I think they only have one suppressed shooter, but if he could get behind this line... That would be amazing. We're seeing Alpha HQ. They're actually, instead of sending a squad on the northernmost side, they're going to have a Humvee do it to be quick and deliver overwatching fire, and that is also a really good call. The only risk is if they run into an infantry squad on their own and don't immediately get out of there and give the enemy time to hit them with AT, but I'm liking Pierce's plan so far, and I'm a little worried about Green 4.
He's making really good use of his terrain, but the first people they are going to come up against, which we don't normally see, because Papega are normally the team who are fought last.
Yeah.
And that's what makes them so effective. So it'll be interesting to see how Papega run with the early assault on them. Because
and I'm telling you, sometimes they just completely fall flat when they fight many players at once. It's a toss-up.
They already have fallen somewhat flat. They did
lose 2 guys.
They've had 2 people die.
which again, if this was a 3 objective and the objectives were more spaced out, we could claim they're going for a time defense, but only 5 rounds, 1/10 of the round has gone by. Blue 4 already in striking position of the first cache within a kilometer, so I think Blue 4 has it. We're not seeing a lot of maneuvering from Green 4. They're staying at that one compound just to overwatch. They need to move closer. Maybe while the attack's going on in a bod, you'll see Green 4 X-Ray come around the rear, but I doubt it.
RPG goes out?
That was a small round, but to where?
Don't know. Are X-Ray firing?
No, but Scandia Recon and Alpha 1's firing at X-Ray.
Oh. Maybe then?
So Sniper's trying to hit stuff, but he's unable to. Most of Green 4, they're going to mount up in motorcycles and pull away. You've got Alpha HQ pulling around. You hear a small round coming in. It goes over, though.
You have to remember that's not, it's not Yandy using
Yeah,
this
it's Azariah. But he's basically just forcing them to pull back at that point.
Is Jack standing up for you as well?
On his motorcycle?
Yeah.
Yeah, they might do that.
Oh, Jack...
Yeah, he just
isn't actually
dismounted.
able to
It's because he was
join.
bipoded on the motorcycle. I think he was still firing, didn't hear the order to pull out, so now he's a little pinned. I think with the smoke grenade, he'll still be able to get out of here, though. We're seeing Hunt IR rounds getting launched up in the air here. I think this is Blue 4 beginning their attack, and Papega is starting their defense. They're also joined with a few members from Bravo. I think Bravo have committed. Nope, they're full force over here just across 2 fire teams. So we'll see if Green 4 is able to hold. They already lost a 3rd guy, Shade, within...
These fucking motorbikes, man.
Papega got taken out. So 3 kills to Blue 4, and Blue 4 haven't lost... Nope, they lost Azuki. So 3-1 so far, but if Blue 4 continues to push that advantage, they'll be able to maintain more than that 12%. You got Korvac on the M2 gun firing at that fortified building top that Coda's trying to camp in. Getting some hits in the cord gun too. He could destroy it. But at least those sandbags, it's really hard to penetrate a sandbag with munitions. You need something bigger than a 12.7. I think 14.5 can do a little bit of penetration on sandbags, but not 50.
Next to him.
Yeah,
Shade.
that was Shade.
Oh, Coda just got hit real hard.
Yep, so that was actually penetration by the M2, but the sandbags again denying a lot of that damage. And now you're seeing Papega doing a bit of a counter charge here. Flux got hit. He woke back up. Smoke's coming down. Hunt IR following behind them. They're going to pull back. Roven.
Exactly what you mean. The Papega Pirates, they falter at a huge squad, so when they've tried to push their aggressiveness, you can see now, something very rare, they're falling back. Because they realized it was not a very good idea.
Yeah, it's too open for them. Blue 4 is spread across way too much for them to make a charge to try to get on the flank of one of these forces. X-Ray, I do appreciate they gotten into another compound over, but they're not going to have any sight lines from there. I think this is going to be an early call for Blue 4, in my opinion. I don't see how Op4 can win this. I mean, we got Roven up here, but he has no AT. He might have had a single shot disposable too, but missed it because I think he was going for the Humvee.
He's actually bleeding.
That parachute was a
right
Hunt IR
now.
round.
Roven.
Basically, a 40mm grenade launcher round you can fire up in the air, and it's a camera that you can then activate and then look from. So it's a scouting reconnaissance item.
Coda tried to drag the cord back and just got nailed in the face.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's too many people. Too many people from too many different flanks. Now, if Blue 4 was coming from one attack angle, I think Papega would be able to hold, but they have to deal with an Overwatch element. They have to deal with 2 forces that have splintered off. 1 force coming in from the east. This is the main maneuvering force. The central force with the Humvee has stayed up here and is doing Overwatch. They do have a guy dead up here. That might be Azuki's body. Yep, so still only 1 casualty for Blue 4 so far, but Green 4 are just getting picked off at this point because Blue 4 is doing a really great unified push here of their assets. Green 4 trying to come around. We have Alpha HQ coming up, looking a different direction, but that's going to be the far right flanking force to probably get with the rest of Alpha. But I think Green 4 is in trouble at this point.
Ooh, X-Ray is sitting right next to Norris. The M2 Humvee one of the M2 Humvees might be taken out here because he's got X-Ray right behind him, and here's Platoon HQ as well.
Yeah.
Let's give him a warning.
It's actually
that has 2 IC and Saddam.
It's actually, yeah, it's only Saddam in
Oh,
there.
no, yeah, because Korvac's in a Humvee in a different spot. All right.
So, you know, if I was Jack here, you're going straight for that gunner.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, I think X-Ray might be able to be a little bit effective here, but that fix isn't going to drive away. They're going to be able to steal that transport truck too, though. Are they going to... Yeah, so Saddam's mounting into that Humvee. I think they're just rendezvousing. You're hearing suppressed shots now coming up on them. And now they're going to drive at an angle they can't get hit.
It's cats. It's cats.
I think Malin just yelled at him, but now Blue Force pushing up that position. This is going to work out for him, though, because X-Ray's up there.
Yeah, funnily enough. Oh, and okay, maybe not, but okay.
Uh-oh. Gunner immediately taken out.
Gunner, sorry, no, it wasn't Norris. Norris jumps out. It's Oddball versus Norris. Norris gets the first shot.
I mean, Norris is one of the really good players. You know, I'm not surprised with that at all. Rest of Green 4 is kind of held back here. They got their sniper. They're firing at some Blue 4 guys running on the rear. Shot just went out to Swola. Swola's now turned around. He's looking back there. That's going to stall this assault a little bit. But again, Blue 4's major plan right now is they don't have to go fully aggressive on the objectives yet. They just need to take out the overwatching elements that Green 4 has, eliminate them, and then continue on. Go ahead.
If I'm Jack here, I'm running. Like there is no point in staying here because your squad lead's just gone down, and you should really know at this point that you're being pushed. So there's no point in laying here anymore. You just need to move because you don't have the firepower. They have what?
Yep. So
an AK.
Scandy being very aggressive here, popping GLs up. Now the real question is Blue 4 now going to break their forces apart and now start putting less forces up to let the remnant of Pepega start taking them out? This could be where it turns around for Green 4's favor, all because of X-Ray doing a bit of a sacrifice play, but pulling Scandy Recon, you know, one of the best communities here to PvP, over on the side. But it looks like a majority of Blue 4 are now still going for the objective itself. I think they're going to be able to encircle and eliminate the cash position in Abad. Now, Roven is a bit of a wild card right here. He's still on no kills, but he is in a position to potentially start picking people up. I think he's looking over at the X-Ray unit. We're seeing one of the M2 Humvees firing at a rock formation up here. Roven just fired. I think he was trying to pick off the M2 gunner while they were firing to drown out the sound, which was a great call, but unfortunately he missed. Just heard some AT fire into the compound. Looks like that shot went over. He might have been going for some of the buildings that Green 4 was occupying here. Looking through the kill counts here, Scandy... Okay, Flux has gotten 2 kills as a marksman, but that is it. Another small round coming into this fortified building. That was Tomic's position.
Oh, this X-Ray.
Did X-Ray still hold there? Yeah, now they're being pushed by Scandy. Yeah, they're in trouble.
At someone completely over Scandy and is now just completely exposed every single one of their location. Sven managed to get 1 kill, Wolfer almost got another, but it's just... Now Jack's finally doing what he should have done. No, stop.
Sven just blew up.
Run, man.
Yeah, Jack's gonna bandage instead. Nope, he turns around to reload his gun. But no, Scandy's gonna push these guys.
Doesn't matter how much you're bleeding. Bleed times in FNF are really ridiculously slow. Unless you have like...
So that's a Wolfer down there, and they're gonna continue to push up. Now you're starting to see some of Blue 4 getting on top of... I mean, we got Sideways from Pepega in here, but this is the other group that was here. They had Coda and all the other guys on the building, but they were taken out early on by Overwatch elements. And they're distracted because more Blue 4 guys are pushing in the open. Roven's still chilling right here.
Jack, just run. Jack, just... No! Don't pull out the sniper! You're not going to kill Periton.
No, he's going for the motor. No, he's... Oh, dear.
You're not going to kill Periton because you have every single level. Chuck!
I'm waiting to see Gabian turn right and see this head moving.
No, Katz is about to annihilate him.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I can't tell if Katz or Periton got the kill, though, because both of them were pushing on him. Katz on 3 kills, by the way, so we got 3 of those elements.
Really
Periton on 1, so both of those guys are able to wipe the entire team up there, so good on them. But yeah, no, Green 4 really fumbling here. But I figured it might have played this way because they were committing nothing on early offense with those Dishka Helixes. I haven't even seen either of those Dishka Helixes in play yet. You know what I mean? Well, I see one over at the other objective, but where was the other one? You know?
Where is the other one?
I have no idea.
Was it being driven? It might have been being driven by Platoon HQ who've now dismounted.
Quite possibly.
I'm gonna just have to look around them.
I still can't believe Rovin's still alive, and he is expertly now behind this Blue 4 group. My question is, can he get some headshots and actually thin that Blue 4 group out?
He's trying. But he's in a it may look like he's in a really nice spot. He's actually in a really, really precariously, like, shit spot.
Yeah, his shot just went over Johnson's head, but Blue 4 doesn't realize they're being shot from the rear because they think it might be from their own Overwatch element.
Because he's looking downhill with all these bushes, so he's being blocked by, like, a bunch of stuff. So he's actually in a terrible position.
He could crawl up behind and pick people off from the rear. I mean, that's what we need to see happen. We need to see if Blue 4 Overwatch will pick him off.
Command for Green 4 is dead.
That was Tender. Yeah, he was up here on his own. This M2 Humvee came around. Yep. Schneider got the kill there. They're forcing Carey to go into cover. I think this situation just went bad for worse for Green 4 here. Explosives were used on Sideways building. Sideways is now stuck in the corner. He's playing dead in the debris. I think because Sideways was able to get a kill. Yeah, you see in front of him there's a Blue 4 body, so I think Blue 4 did the right thing. They pulled back, put a satchel on that building, and now they're going to clear it out. That's an expert call here.
Rory going to be able to see him? He does.
Yeah, he tries, but immediately gets countered. Swollen now coming up. An explosive satchel thrown! Hold on.
No, they
Martyrdom.
live.
Building might get taken out the 2600s, and I told you! I told you!
Damn, I didn't see that building.
So Sideways getting 2 kills officially. That third kill by Rory getting taken out.
Rovin's got 1 kill.
Otherwise, just a few casualties here. Yep, I see he's, yeah, we got 2 bodies up here. We got Guzman down. Rory trying to get Pierce. Gets a headshot on Blue 4 Commander.
Both commands are dead.
Aslan looking around. Are both commanders down for Blue 4? No, Korvac's still there. Aslan looking around, wondering what's going on. And Rovin can't get this damn headshot.
Oh, no.
Rovin, my man, come on. Come on. Get the headshot. Rovin. Great pickoff on Blue 4 Command, though.
He's still just sitting still.
Shoot him.
He's shooting at someone else now.
He switched targets because he got frustrated they couldn't get it. But if he can stay behind, these guys continue to pick him off like this. He could come behind these 3 guys and pick them off as well that are stuck medicing. He might be able to help turn the number tide around. But looking at the rest of the force, what we need to see the remainder of Green 4 do in this sector is they're not playing to win and keep the cash alive. They're playing purely to kill as many people as they can so the other half of the defense can wither out the 12% number advantage that Blue 4 had. Now, we do have Pepega here in a limited quantity. They could still turn this around. Flux on 4 kills, by the way, with that SVD. Multiple small rounds going into these buildings as well. Blue 4 desperately trying to pick off who they can. But I could see...
drop the bag here.
I could still see Green 4 turn this around. And it's mainly because of Rovin here. Cutting the head off the snake by eliminating Blue 4 Command here. He's still trying to get a few more kills. But if he is aggressive, he could follow the smoke trail. My man. My man. Dude, go up to a body. Get like a 249 if you can.
I don't think it's probably...
Yeah, there isn't a 249 here, but...
You just get an M4 because the bullet,
yeah, for the weapon PID. Yeah. That would screw them over too, and he could continue to get behind this group and eliminate them.
He's trying to find.
Barrett coming in.
No.
Catches Tom. And manages to get Tom, but Guy Fury able to flank from the building there.
Here comes Roven. I guess
Flux getting taken out by that Mark 11 on Drachen. Uber Pyro, thanks so much for the 7-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. I could see Roven doing something amazing here. He could completely wipe this flank, alleviate the remaining guys, Pepega, and then these guys could then turn around and get some more kills across the way. Runs up to Aslan, gets a Hillary Clinton on him. Multiple shots to the back of the head. I ruled that as a suicide. And now he's hidden in the smoke. Roven, my man.
He continues moving up. He searches people. He knows there's people over here. And
this is a great example of how you capitalize on a good situation. I think Wise just threw an explosive into this building. That's going to kill Arma Jesus. There it is, the knockout.
Oh, here comes Thompson running straight up onto Roven.
Gets him. Wise turns around and sees him, though. Roven immediately falls into the smoke. He's going to flank around on the right side. Great call.
Yep, reloading. Wise
Newton immediately coming around to be aggressive here. Roven might catch Wise. Trying to line up the headshot. Unable to. Misses the shots. Gets Wise. Newton coming around, though. I think he's going to get him. Oh, great run, though. That is exactly... And then Arma Jesus gets him.
4 kills.
Great run. That is exactly how you capitalize on this situation. This is going to allow Guy Fieri and Arma Jesus to turn this 2v2 into now it's a 3v2, but I think Arma Jesus and Guy Fieri can hold this out. Because these are two of the best players here. Never mind, Wise wakes up and kills Arma Jesus. Okay, might not be enough, but still, that was great. I did just cast or curse him. I'm so sorry.
He's actually going to... Guy Fieri's going to catch an ant here.
There it is.
Wise is going to hear that turn.
Great shot by Guy... freaking Guzman, though. Coming around, but he's unable to get there quick enough. Now you got Blue 4 folding in the QRF on the rear. 29 minutes remaining. Guzman looking for him. Does Guy hear him? Guy hears the footsteps. He knows. Explosives being thrown on the buildings. Green 4 has a small garrison on the rear. Guzman looking around. I think Guy Fieri is going to be able to get a flanking shot on him. If he leaves the building, I think he's going to play defensive right now because he doesn't know where those footsteps came from. Goes through the window. I think he saw Guzman go into that building. Now we're going to see Guy Fieri come out and be aggressive. Blue 4 folding in their Overwatch element as well. So Guy Fieri eventually needs to move. Otherwise, he will get overwhelmed by the remaining forces on the outskirts. Now, here's the question. Can the remaining Green 4 guys get another 5 to 10 kills? Which is very unlikely, but can they get a few more kills to even out the number advantage so Blue 4 can't then win against the remaining objective? That is what this match is now for at this point. Malin breaching it. I think he just got a kill.
Yeah, he did.
And now it's just up to Esco, who got a good hit, but he's staying stacked. Malin going airborne. He is dead. Now I got Yanni breaching in. Esco switching positions here. A little bit of pre-fire from Yanni. He's able to spot Esco as he turns away. Now it's up to Guy Fieri and all of Blue 4. The southern flank has come up.
You got Bogdan.
You're right, you do have Bogdan over here. Blue Iander trying to put grenades in there. That grenade's going to be near Nemesis. Actually wounds Nemesis from that angle. You got a lot of pre-fire in the building here. They're firing at the cache.
Oh.
Guy Fieri gets another kill.
Well,
he's on 5.
Way too early.
Get some double taps. Got Blue 4. If you guys turn around, trying to look for this building. Professional noob trying to breach. Guy Fieri being shot at by Misspear. Neither side able to land a hit here. Guy Fieri, I'm seeing a few more blood hits there, so... Every time there's a blood splotch, it means you got hit. Great kill on Misspear there. Gets the double taps. Professional noob might try to move in. He tries to get a hit on Matura. Professional noob gets a few hits on Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri being aggressive. Now Matura's turned around. He's engaging. Guzman also engaging from Overwatch.
Oh my god, Guy Fieri.
Yeah, he got keyholed by Professional noob, but that was a great last stand there on 6 kills.
6 kills.
That's exactly what he needed to do to continue to weather the storm. So Green 4... are down 40% of their force, give or take, but Blue 4... Oh, they still have that number advantage from what I've seen, but it's much less than 12%. I'd say probably 5 to 8% at this point, based on the fact that Charlie 1 is nearly fully eliminated. You got a lot of alpha elements down. You got Platoon lead into IC down as well. Blue 4 is probably not going to do a coordinated attack on this remaining AO, which means Green 4 might be able to take down smaller forces going into that AO, defeat them in detail, and still win. This could be the turnaround, all because of Roven sniping Pierce, and I don't know where Korvac went down. He was in a Humvee, overwatching the Green 4 HQ, and I guess a sniper picked him off because that Humvee is also out in the open. Grenade going on Guy Fieri's position. That's going to finish him. Yeah, literally threw that in his crotch and just blew his dick off to high hell. Nice. Oh, man. 25 minutes remaining. Half the time has been elapsed. Now we're going to see if Blue 4 is able to have someone pick up the plan and continue to push, or if we're going to see multiple different forces push in. And I think we're going to just start seeing those forces push in different angles. We already got Scandi Recon pushing up with a truck in a valley to the north. We have another Humvee pushing around. This is Alpha HQ, just driven solo by Norris. We could see Blue 4 just defeat themselves in detail now. because they don't have that cohesion anymore.
Here comes Alpha HQ for some ungodly reason. Hey.
But no, if Green 4 is able to turn this around, I'm giving full credit
Oh yeah.
to
Guy Fieri and what's his name?
Groven.
Oh, I've already forgotten his
I
name.
know, I completely blanked out on have the memory of a goldfish, but
yeah, no, he disconnected. So
yeah, still, great play on him because he was able to snipe Blue 4 command, and now Blue 4 is probably gonna just send their forces in piecemeal, and Green 4 should be able to hold. Now, a little worried though. First group going in, Scandi Recon. And they're now the toughest troops on the field. Look at all the Green 4 guys up on this building, though. One HE round up here is all it takes, and I think that's going to be GG, in all honesty. That is like a fourth of their units up there for Green 4. And at that point, I think even uncoordinated attacks are going to be able to weather down what Green 4 has remaining here. Roving behind enemy lines. Hell yeah. 24 minutes remaining. Just going to confirm. Yep, the cache is destroyed. I don't see it on the map anymore in terms of its symbol area. Yeah, it's Sam sniping with an iron sight. I don't think he's shooting at anything out there, though. I don't know what he's aiming at, but you got Shy and Green Thumb suppressing that big group of Blue 4 on Overwatch as Bravo 1 now pushes in. Wow, we might actually see... No, Scandy's going for a wide flank around. Oh, that could bite Green 4 in the ass.
Literally.
But now you have the M2 Humvee being solo driven up. And we got Fred solo driving one of the Hillixes, so he might actually go up and counterattack the Humvee as it takes some pretty heavy fire. Norris getting knocked to his feet, takes another bullet, and gets annihilated by literally 4 dudes online in this stupid building. And then Fred drives down, immediately gets killed off by Blue 4 driving down there. I have no idea why he decided to drive on his own over there, but that was a bit of a bad call. I don't know, just looking at the numbers, though, just all the Blue 4 marks compared to Green 4, Blue 4 still have that number advantage. And now that they're actually starting to do a bit of a coordinated attack here, I think they're going to be able to overpower and overwhelm what remains of Green 4's position despite not having a commander. Sam is exposed, trying to use the pillar as cover, but I think Scandy's going to be able to find and pick him off. AT fire, that was at the Dishka Humvee, or excuse me, Dishka Hillix. That's the word I'm looking for. Good guy.
Dingo's going for
Those
it?
PKM Humvees, but it's not Dishka Humvees.
Dingo's going for it.
Oh, Scandy was spotted by Green 4 Delta 2. Immediately, one of them is picked off.
Dingo's going for
They're
the
trying to
hooks.
realign the cord. And I don't know why Dingo's going for it. Tackleberry firing at, I think, the wheels?
Yeah.
Shot out one of the wheel. He's just shooting the
Sure.
shit out of the Vic. Gets the other wheel. Yep, that's not going to be used anymore because all Vics only have a single spare wheel on them. I wonder if Sam has been told about that advance and is turned around at this point. Well, he's being shot at, so he's going to know now. 21 minutes to hold. I don't see it.
No.
We're going to have 2 different attacks from 2 separate directions. Green 4 might be able to hold, but that's only going to buy time for the rest of Blue 4 to come in. Maybe Dingo? I mean, he already got shot, though, and I think Grav is coming up to flank.
And he's got long range on his back.
I'm waiting to see an HE round kill these 5 guys on the rooftop. I want to see it.
I don't think anyone has any more. Az still has his small. And he's loading it. Well, he's getting it ready. He fires it at Greg.
Ah, so we have another element of Scandy down here, too. So it's the 2 pincers of Scandy that are still alive that have actually come down. Dingo now getting into a 1-on-3 in the northern side. I think he just got a kill. No, he did not. Never mind.
Damn.
Nader's getting blown up by the HE round. He is down. Scandy showing their aggression here and the really good tactics of this one pincer. And they might actually pull this off. We do have a Dishka now firing from the flank, but the smoke cover's too thick. Well, it's not cover, concealment technically. Yanni with a great headshot on a dude on the second story because there's just not a lot of good cover here. Explosive trap going off, knocking out Iander and Malin.
Whew. And the charge going over?
Yeah, so it might have been Kabaya throwing charges over. That's going to get some kills. At least in the double tap sense. Gets them both. And that, yep, that was Kabaya with some really good thinking there. It doesn't credit him with the kills, though, because of the script required to make explosives be throwable for Ace. But that was a great call, just absolutely denying that attack. That's going to slow it down. Arcor now solo charging in with that RPG, but Green 4 might have just bought them a few moments there. Dingo still alive on the north, fighting that 1v4 now, and you're seeing another large squad from Blue 4 coming around on the northern side as well. 19 minutes remaining. I don't know. Go either way. We got an X-Ray member for Blue 4, Timek, firing suppressed shots out at the Dishka car. That's Olaf, forcing him to pull back on foot. Yanni getting another great kill. He's being shot at by Seismo, though. Yanni on 4. Arcor just knocked out by Patriot coming around to flank. Moving up behind this rock. If he goes up a bit more, he might spot Saddam. But he is headshotted by N1 coming around the his left side. Great flanks we're seeing all across the board. That Dishka Hilux on the north finally blows up. Dingo still alive, stalling this northern assault, making them suppress up in his direction, showing that Blue 4 does not know where they are, trying to buy time for Green 4 to continue on their flanks to eliminate these other Blue 4 elements coming up, but actually it is starting to work out for them. Looking at the number of bodies on both sides now, it is starting to look a little even. Great thinking by Kabaya. How's Falcon doing? He's still alive. He's gotten no kills yet, but another really good player on reserve still ready to go.
Falcon's still sitting in that fucking corner. He's not moved.
Now the biggest threat is going to be that main attack wave coming up from the northeast because they're going to be within striking distance of the cache itself. And then Sam holding this Minarat area as 4 members of Pega come up. Scanny come up on him. Oh, is that Timek pushing up on his own? Was he picked off? Yeah, Olaf got the kill? Yeah, not surprised there. Olaf really good with the CQC. Well, again, so if we were to see an HE round get up here, as I say that, one of the guys on the rooftops picked off by a sniper. Was that DJ? That might have been DJ. He's on 1 kill, and Arcane is on 1. So DJ, great headshot there with his red dot. You got Naders now coming up here, firing down. We got Saddam unconscious. You got Yanni unconscious. Now a 3v1. I think the southern side is now safe at this point. It's the northern one that I'm concerned about, but it's all open ground if they continue, and when I say they, I mean Green 4 here, continues to hunker down the second story here, they'll be able to cover it, but because they're now being suppressed from the northeast, they might not be able to stop this push. And all Blue 4 needs to do is get that squad in this compound, put a satchel or an explosive charge on that cache, and it's GG. Cache itself, by the way, is right here. Oh, there's an M2 Humvee in play. Blue 4 still has it. They got windows rolled down. They're going to suppress that rooftop and do an infantry push. It's a rush.
It actually worked. It actually worked. Oh my god, they dropped a charge out the window. They dropped a satchel out the window. They dropped a satchel out the window.
They threw... It's only a charge.
No, it's not. It's a satchel.
You're right. And it might have been a satchel. I just might have seen it at a different angle. That was a great play. That was honestly...
That was the most beautiful play I've ever seen.
One of the best plays I've seen in FNF, because now that knocks out the building, and now you're going to start seeing Blue 4 pushing forces and Swola going first on his own. A little bit of a bad idea in my opinion, but I think they're checking to see if that building had the thing in it. And Swola, I mean, he's got more explosives, but he immediately gets flanked by Ace and taken out. How unfortunate. I think Blue 4 guessed that the charge, or excuse me, the cache was in there because everyone was on the rooftop, rather than it just being a good position. You're seeing explosives thrown on the Minarat building, where G-Legs is also up, but it doesn't get destroyed because they set it to invincible. Oh, that's funny.
Oh,
that should have killed Sam.
Oh, they almost died.
Oh, man. Green 4 doing a great job with explosives. The gunner of that M2 getting taken out. AT hitting it. I think that just killed another guy because I saw a massive blood splatter there. Driver's down. The only person still alive in there is on the right side. He quickly, I think, just switched to the... No, he's just jumping around siege trying to avoid fire. Green 4 really whittled down here, but a lot of Blue 4 still up on the northern side. This could really swing either way, but it's leaning to Green 4 right now because Defender's advantage on these numbers. Oh, this is tense. Sam getting a kill. Nash trying to come around. Another Blue 4 guy in this area got killed because Olaf is flanking, and Olaf gets another kill. And that is all the Scandi Recon members from the west now taken out. Blue 4, however, again, they have this big force. They're right next to the cache. We just saw a Blue 4 guy come up and blow his head off. That was great. But we need to see Green 4 now fold their forces back to defend the cache site itself, because Blue 4 can still pull the rug out from Green 4's nose and win this. Kane getting a great kill there.
Kabubi
trying with the MG. He doesn't want to risk that peek out, though. Takes a grenade hit. Skip back up. Bar still covering from this area. Oh my god. What is up with all the bodies going airborne today? Good god.
Derot pushes in. Panics because doesn't know where Skip is, and Skip takes him out.
We need to... Blue 4's pushing everything up here. They got Gimboju with explosives here. If he identifies that the cache is on this building, they just have to throw a satchel on it. It's GG. So, very close game right now. We need to see the rest of Green 4 start folding in. We do see some of them getting on positions to cover the open area, but is it enough?
And Gimboju's dead.
There goes the explosive guy. Green 4 might be able to hold, but Blue 4, they still have Guzum, who's an explosive specialist. This could still swing either way. This is very, very close. But again, I think because Roven sniped Blue 4 command, Blue 4 didn't coordinate this properly. Kilo trying to medic a dead body. Ace might come around and look down. But it might be too low for him to notice. Oh. 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 You hear the medical? Come on, Ace.
Kabubi.
I think Kiko just saw him. Okay, yeah, I'm not surprised there. That was silly. When your FOV is too low. Skip coming up, gets the shot on Kiko.
Oof.
Wow, I just heard a beep beep. Skip just threw a satchel on his own position. Okay. And survived. Okay, never mind.
What a Chad. Guzman's the last one left.
Green 4, I think, won.
Guzman's the last one left, but he's an explosive specialist, so...
We've got, I think, 4 left for Blue 4. Grav, DJ, Guzman, and Sushi. But what a crazy freaking turnaround. I mean, Blue 4 played this masterfully, especially with the vehicle charge with the explosives. But at the end of the day, I mean, they're attacking through open terrain with only concealment with bushes. And their attack was still uncoordinated. Again, Green 4 was able to repel one side, repel that side, and then repel the northern side back to back to back without any coordination, which I think Pierce would have been able to provide when he coordinated that first attack. So you have that successful attack and then a failed attack. But again, it's not game over yet because Guzman, he's an explosive specialist. He could get up here, find it, and then throw it. But caught in the open, he just got hit. Lolo put more shots on him. Now I think it's GG, in all honesty. Very close round. Sushi, I think, is going to stay back. Is he the sniper? No, but he's just a spotter, but he hasn't gotten any kills.
He's
DJ coming up. He's on 1 kill. N1 unconscious. And the Humvee with Grav is just driving around back there. I have a question. Where the hell is Falcon? Oh, he's dead. No killed in the corner. Amazing. DJ flanked and killed by Pepe. Yeah, it's over. Fight's over.
Yeah, watch them not call it now.
I'm honestly surprised with how tense that got. But as I predicted, if Blue 4 command went down, no one would coordinate that second attack, and Green 4 was just able to hold that defensive line. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Grav?
Skip immediately knocks them unconscious. Oh. Oh, that was great. And there's the double tap by Pepe. Oh, man. What was that?
He tried.
You know, if he got that incendiary on the cache, it would have eventually cooked it off, unless someone ran up and grabbed it and killed themselves trying to throw it away. He tried. He tried. Sushi coming up. He is now being shot at. Looking through some of the kill feeds here. I mean, Olaf on those 3. Sushi now getting walked up on by Sam and eliminated. I'm going to be honest. Let me look at Sam real quick. 2 kills there. He's about to get his 3rd on Sushi. He took a 240 Bravo. I mean, Papaya didn't really get that many. I'm just trying to quickly see. G-Leg's on 5 with the Marksman Rifle. I know Flux got 4. No, he also got 5 with the Marksman Rifle. Guy Fieri on 6.
Are you doing the last round?
Yeah, Skip got 4 kills. K on 2. It was also Caballo with those throwable explosive charges that knocked out that Southern attack. I mean, that was intense. Like, that was a very good round compared to the last one. Just the right things happened. Yeah, go ahead.
Hop off. Because I'm tired and I've got some things to do. Got to be up early tomorrow.
All right, have a good one, Dream.
Yeah. Also, I'm 4 followers off 500, and that is
Nice.
a crazy fucking thing.
Dude,
But anyway.
happy for you, man.
Thanks. All right. I will see you probably next Friday.
See you next Friday, man.
See ya.
All right, so we're going to solo cast the last round, which is A-OK. That actually means I don't have to go to voice acty for that, because I usually do that just to talk to Dream or Barb based on who's co-casting with me. But you guys are going to be my co-casters today, and this is also really cool because this means I can turn on my TFAR plugin, and we can listen to these guys as they play round 3. So a nice, rare treat for you guys there. Otherwise, we are going to, let me go ahead and go back to push to talk. And then let me go ahead, put my plugin on, hit apply to that, add-ons, turn on the TFAR plugin. Awesome. But that was a well-fought round. It's sustained assault, so I haven't switched the mission yet. Kabaya saying, throw demo charges, kill U.S. Marines. Profit. Oh, man, and Dream with the raid as well. Appreciate it, buddy. Hope you are okay. Hope tomorrow is a good day for you. All right, but otherwise, that was awesome. We'll see what round 3 is like. We still have an hour and 20 minutes before the next branch, so we're probably going to see a full round 3, and I'll be interested to see how it goes. All right, just checking my phone here if there's anything immediately I need to tackle. There is not. Awesome. And it looks like they're just waiting to see where the 3rd mission is. We're down to 92 players, so I'm going to knock it down to 90-plus player. Usually by round 3, we have a bit of a, a knockdown of players. But NA will more than likely have room if you guys want to come in and play. Oh, why are we on a sustained assault in the Alabad region? Interesting. Oh, nope, there's a change. Maybe to Suma. We'll see what that mission change is to. Well, we're just waiting it out as they switch things up. But again, the NA branch will be in 1 hour and 40 minutes. If you want to come and play, feel free to do !FNF, download the mod set, jump onto the TeamSpeak. You'll be able to play on the NA branch, and we will cover you live. Anyway, looks like we are going to do Maladin 2035 ad sector. All right, give me 1 second. Modic, thanks for gifting Dream a sub. I hope you both keep enjoying the operations. Modic, thanks for all the support with all the gift subs, and hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. To the both of you. All right. Let me go ahead and go to the map command. The map is going to be Mountain 2035. And the mission. All right. Round 3. It's an ad sector. Blue 4 attacking. Oh, wow. That's a massive advantage. It's attacking Op 4. Blue 4 has a 12.5% numbers advantage. Blue 4 has a CH-47 as well. Oh, so it's mainly an infantry fight. So I'd imagine Op 4 is only going to have like 1 static. Yep, Op 4 has a static. So static DSHK and transport fix. It's going to be very limited transport, though, because Blue 4 doesn't have any transport. Interesting call there. Very, very interesting. All right, now I'm just going to make a record of this in my master document that I use for referencing files. And then go ahead and save that and keep that around for the NA branch. Okay. So we'll tab in 93 players on the board, so we'll see how things go. Azur, welcome. Hope you enjoy the stream. Seems like bias, yeah, right, Don? Can Blue 4 win a round tonight? I mean, we'll see. We've got Papega going on Blue 4. Looks like Op 4 is going to have Scandi. Both of the major powerhouses 1 for 2 tonight. No, Papega won. So, Papega 2-0, Scandi 0-2, Falcon 2-0, but Falcon hasn't really been that much. He was a little bit of a help in round 1. Round 2, he didn't get any kills, though. So, a little disappointed on that performance, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see who the commanders are, but again, this is a really good example of how important it is to keep your command staff alive in Friday night fights between attacks, because if your force does an uncoordinated attack, they're going to get cut down. Round 1 was a pretty nastily uncoordinated attack. They got cut down. Round 2, first AO, great. Well coordinated, well overwhelmed. Second AO, the freaking one dude, Roven, was able to get behind enemy lines and snipe the commander before he got killed off. And he made that second AO much harder for the attacking faction to coordinate and actually get in. So 3 sectors here, probably not going to be part of the same AO like the first round, probably in different areas, but again, that leaves room for the command elements to get sniped off and then everything to break down on the attacking faction. Granted, Blue 4 is going to have Papega Pirates on the attacking faction, and they are a powerhouse when it comes to offense. So between 3 different AOs, we'll probably see Op 4 only defend 2 out of the 3 to help bolster their numbers between 2 AOs instead of dividing them on 3 themselves. So that should help with numbers on those AOs, but still, I've seen Papega do some crazy shit. But we'll just have to see what the AOs look like, how open they are on the surrounding areas, and we won't know that till we get pushed in. But we'll be listening to the local comms as well. Falcon was apparently eating lunch. I see. Okay. But Azur, you know what I know right now in terms of this breakdown right here, the map, who we're seeing on the roster. I won't be able to make any proper predictions till we start seeing the AOs. But again, Papega's been on a hot streak tonight. So we'll see how it goes. Otherwise, hope everyone's Friday is going well. Again, to do a few announcements. Tomorrow, we'll be starting streaming at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be on the ground in a Star Sim, which, you know, let's see if it's good. 5 p.m., we will then be in an Army of 2 video game style operation. Arma 3, of course, in Mogadishu, hosted by POG, specifically Patchwork and Pob. It's meant to be a mini MCO, so a few different communities playing that one. And then 7 p.m., I'll be playing on the ground with the 228th in a Halo operation. Sunday, I'll be playing an op on the ground at 10 o'clock a.m., so early bird one, that one. And then the MCO will be run. Monday, we'll be doing a UNSC operation to continue that mini campaign I've run in TSB. Tuesday, we'll be running an EMU op. Haven't decided which one yet. Yes, it's Dante's Halo op on Saturday. Falcon, I will make sure he's my battle buddy. But yeah, so Tuesday, we'll have a random EMU op. More details on that to come. And then Wednesday, we'll be doing probably a Space Marines, Black Templar versus Furries op, because I have a personal rule of every time Flash gets releases one of those videos, I have to make an op because I find it funny. And then we'll also be playing on the ground in the 506th, and then Thursday will be a Pay for Pain. I'll be doing development for that after the NA branch, showing off the new size script. It's just I'm limited to POG's Arsenal and mod set. So it's going to be dubbed a mini Pay for Pain because we're not going to have, you know, monsters to make big, but we'll make some crazy custom compositions and some stuff that is more balanced for Pog to fight. So probably not the drone swarm stuff, but I'm thinking maybe a giant-ass drone instead, which will be pretty fun. Falcon, I know. It's based off of the video game and book series Army of Two. Falcon. And what do you mean we're supposed to schedule? I invited TSB to it. Captain Bleach, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Do hope you get a nice kick out of the scenario. And hopefully, everyone's been slotted, so we'll get underway in a second. I think they're just organizing some of these slots last second. But we'll see how things go. Man. Sorry for the dead air. Just, again, going through DMs on the side stuff. We're up to about 96 players, so I'm going to change it to 95 plus because I am always trying to be honest about that stuff. But again, the NA rounds will start in an hour and a half, which by the time this mission starts, I think we're going to have like a 10-minute break, and then we'll be right back for the NA branch. Operation Dragon Attack, Mission 2 for the Queen and Country campaign. So this is going to be British paratroopers versus Soviets. Continuing the campaign after the previous mission, which I believe was an Op-4 victory last round. The Soviets won because, again, Blue 4 attacked from multiple different directions, but completely uncoordinated their attacks, and Op-4 was able to weather them all out, excuse me, last week. So we'll see how that continues today. Sorry to hear that, Falcon. I will see you for NA, though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically move up to them locally and start going over everything they have. I'll try to listen to the ground commander's plans as well, but as soon as people start dying, I got to mute myself because you can hear everyone in Spectator. When they die, they get all moved to the same T4 channel locally. So as much as I think it would be funny, I don't think it would be, I don't think Twitch would appreciate it if I was doing my thing and then, you know, someone got headshotted somewhere and you hear, God damn it, or something, you know, because that's happened before, and that's why I mute myself. Because, I was with a co-commentator in the Spectator channel just vibing and listening to them, and we heard that, and we both started laughing our asses off. Whew. I also have to clean out my desk. I got a lot of paperwork on it again. I wonder why they're being so slow for the breakdown of the mission. Usually they're a little quicker, but especially since they have less players, I think it would catch up a little bit. But it just, I think, means they're trying to organize something behind the scenes a bit more. So we'll see how that goes. But regardless, keeping it going. Don, thank you for putting the prediction up. Again, I will do my best to speed run the breakdown of both sides so that I can get you guys all the information you need to accurately make your predictions, because let's be honest, the prediction feature is pretty fun to do with this PvP stuff. It gives you a nice bit of interaction to work with, and, you know, those points will be spent to do some fun things in the future as I slowly tack things onto them, and when the opportunity arises, of course. How's the FNF card idea going? I'm going to be honest, Justy, I've shelved it for April because it's one of those things where I have to make sure I complete all my goals for this month before I tackle something like that, because I'm very prone to trying to take on too much at once and then not able to complete anything properly. So I've moved that to an April objective at this point because I was already in the middle of tackling all my March stuff, which is going well. Just maintaining my front log on the channels, trying to test what's a good upload time for all three of the channels specifically. Which is why the upload times have slightly changed between the channels on the daily, just to see what YouTube's liking for the algorithm, what they're not liking. So I'll get that finalized by the end of the month, and then the front logs fully scheduled. And then April, I'll be working on a new TSB campaign, the Green Hell Project, and the cards as the three primaries. And then we'll go from there. But also this month I wanted to start the month by having DayZ and other games pre-scheduled on schedule, but because DayZ wasn't finished in time, because Frost had other things to take care of, we weren't able to get that done. But that's going to be scheduled this weekend, and I'll find times to do some dedicated DayZ streams, so you guys know when you can troll me with those audio bits. Because I'm trying to diversify the content a little bit. Good God, the map just loaded. So Blue 4 have an aircraft carrier they're spawning from with some stuff on the north and south. We'll see what that is. 2 other spawn zones. They're basically doing a La Trinité attack. Sectors being in multiple different areas here.
Relies on what? Relies on what?
Ah! Bantam, if you want to shoot me a message on Discord, I can get that sent to you. Huh. That's interesting. So there was just an ambient flyby of a bunch of empty crates, I think to simulate stuff landing and whatnot. I'm not sure if there's anything in those crates. I don't think so. But I think that's just to show that there's an air assault going on, which I think is a pretty cool feature in itself. Otherwise, let's go ahead and look at Op4 here. Quick. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right. Very quickly. Briefing. 7 September 1983, a week after the British forward unit attempted to gain a foothold on the occupied British overseas territory of Malden, the main fleet of the task force charged with retaking the islands has appeared just off the east coast. Fresh platoon of British paratroopers are paratrooping behind enemy lines to seize the principal town of La Trinité to eliminate the Soviet forces. Op4 garrisoned there, established a supply line to the coast, and set up a temporary harbor for the rest of their forces. Showtime. Got a dragon on my back. Ah, lovely. To minimize chances of Arma killing every player of Blue 4, there are only 28 parachutes available in the Chinook. Those that don't get chosen opt out of taking a risk of a paradrop, or do not wish to lose the extra carrying capacity of their backpacks. Backpacks need to be swapped with the parachute, and they are lost. Oof. They don't have backpack on chest then. Can use other safe zones to simulate they've already left from the aircraft. Mission rules, more of a guideline than a rule. Blue 4 pilot, do not take unnecessary risks with the Chinook. Your main objective is to get the passengers safely onto the ground. Makes sense. Game mode is going to be add sector, 3 sectors. It's going to be taken in any order. Once a Blue 4 member enters the sector, as long as an Op 4 guy is alive, conscious, so if he's knocked out, he doesn't count as a person there, or he's not in a static or a vehicle in the sector, Blue 4 can't take the sector until all of Op 4 are eliminated, or unconscious, or in a vehicle, or in a static. And then Blue 4 take the sector, and then Op 4 can't take them back. Mission variables, 900 meters of render distance, no magnified optics, no NVGs, and only 75 build points for the defenders. The default is 125. That's for an Ace Fortify tool. Otherwise, mat settings are going to be Blue 4 get 2 AT rounds per person per team. So the AT gunner gets 2 rounds, and then his assistant gets 2 rounds. Whereas Op 4 get 4 AT rounds and 2 HE rounds. So you just double those numbers to stimulate what each team has. So quite a lot of HE on Op 4's side. I'll be curious to see if they fully utilize it today. But Blue 4 are going to be the paratroopers again. The marksman rifle is going to be, and this is at the squad level, the Mark 14 with an MOS and a bipod. Otherwise, loadouts are going to be FNFALs with Colt carbines, Browning high power for the handgun, LMG gunner is going to get 30 round Bren gun, medium machine gunner, also just dubbed the MG, going to get the FN mag. Again, marksman gets the Mark 14. M72 Law for the light anti-tank. The dedicated recon sniper is going to get the M24 bolt action. And then the suppressed shooter get the choice of the Mark 14 or an M3A1 SD, which is just an integrally... Actually, no. I don't think it's integrally suppressed. It's just a grease gun with a suppressor. And then crew and aviation, basically the pilot is going to get a choice of a Sterling, SMG, or Colt carbine. Nothing custom in the crew served weapons. Assets, no data, even though they do get a CH-47 Chinook. So we'll take a look at that in a second. Op 4, they have the new breakdown. So just to break it down, platoon leader, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman assistant, grenadier IR, which represents the hunt IR rounds, which it's a grenadier round where you fire in the air and it turns into a camera. And you can use a terminal on your inventory to interact with that camera and use it as a scouting element to find enemy positions. Machine gunner assistant, combat engineer who have the explosives, light anti-tank, Mat 1 and Mat 2 are both going to be RPG, and then their assistant. Recon infantry scout, the guys get the suppressed weaponry. Designated marksman is going to be an SVD based off of the look of that. The sniper is going to probably get a Mosin with some sort of MOS scope, so it's a railed Mosin. Then you have your crew leaders, your crew, your pilot, your medics, and then the base kit that all stuff's based off of. But basically, since it's 1980s Soviets, you're going to have AK-74s, RPK-74s, PKM, RPG-26 for the light anti-tank. The recon sniper is going to get the Mosin, Nagant, as I said, and then have the choice. Ooh, 1 second. I'll get to that. But 2 suppressed shooters are going to get the choice of the AKS-74 with 45-round magazines, RPK mags, banana mags, or the AS-Val, which I personally dislike, but I sometimes see people rocking. The crew and aviation are going to get the choice, the hardest choice in FNF, between the AKS-74 and the AKS-74. More on that later. No crew serve weapons, assets, no data as well. I know they at least have one sort of static static dish, excuse me, and they had a few transports, but, we might not actually have any crewman slots because there was no dedicated vehicle crews. I love how these chuckleheads are playing with the damn... I remember playing on that as a kid. Goobers. Regardless, 3 Op 4 sectors. We're going to have Sector 3 on the northern side, marked as a weapon storage facility. Up here, the Sector 1 area is going to be the center of town at this church, and then Sector 2 is marked as a Soviet camp where we have some CSAT camo stuff here. But for this sake, it is the Soviets, and we have a Russian flag, because I don't think there was any Soviet flags, which is A-okay. Regardless, that is it for both sides. Going ahead and looking over at command elements. Let me scroll out. Let's go look at Blue Force spawn here, which is the aircraft carrier. There's their C-47, or CH-47, to do their airdrop from. Now, I am in the TFAR channel. We just can't hear them right now for whatever reason. They are talking, though. Oh, that sucks. I think they disabled the ability for spectators to listen to local people's chatter, maybe because people are dying and possibly feeding information. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, well. Well, we don't get that feature anymore, but that's A-okay. Let's go ahead and look at command forces here. Bert is going to be commanding for Blue 4. I haven't seen Bert command. I think he does it occasionally, but I do like how in this branch we've seen a lot of newer names step up to command here. So that is nice to see, but I don't have a lot of information to tell you if he is a good commander or not. Ilbanek is being a medic, so there's no 2IC, so if Bert dies, the entire invasion plan might fall to ruin. But there is an exception, and I'll go over that in a second based off the sector. Patriot leading the X-Ray team, Grav being the dedicated medic. These guys are already teleported onto this area here. We do see their local map markers, though, when they draw, though. So they might try and attack from the south, landing over here because this is down a valley. So that might provide them enough cover to then move up into the town. But it's just assumptions. Looking over at Blue 4 here, Fred is going to be the sniper. He has his handgun out. Nabs being the 2IC of the group. Wheaton going with a Mark 14, and Tender also going to suppress Mark 14. I'd agree with those calls. I don't think the M3A1 grease gun is a good call for this AO. When you get to CQC, maybe, but I'd rather have the stopping power of the 7.62 by 51 NATO battle rifle, 308's a bitch. Night Owl leading Alpha with, looks like he's keeping the team separate as 2 acting elements. Which, there's advantages and disadvantages of doing that or merging the entire group like what Bravo's done. But I'll go over that in a second after I go over the sectors. But we got 3 members of 1 RCC. Under Alpha 1, we got Skip, Pepit, and K with Ace and Steve together. Alpha 2 being led by Norris with Iqbal, Wolf, Naders, and Otovisky. Bravo HQ has Arma Jesus leading. Looks like King called it for the night. We still got Oddball, Legal Action, Money, Coda, Shade, Jack, Sideways, Cake here, Flux, Guy Fieri, Vince, and Michael together. big amount of players playing for Papega tonight. They've been doing quite well. They're 2-0 tonight, so if you want to do the Papega Pirate bet, feel free. Otherwise, Charlie HQ has Despo leading with Timex, Sayak, Shy, and Sushi together. Newton leading Delta 2. Looks like he's merged everything under Delta, and he's got Ant and 1 Ruffs. Guzman, Barrett, Pierce, multiple members of 1RW here below Pierce. He's also 1RW. Korvac's going to be flying, and Johnson's going to be the co-pilot. So a pretty powerful roster there, in my opinion. Looking over at the other side, we have DJ leading. DJ is one of those new up-and-coming leaders that we've seen take it a little more often than usual over the coming few weeks, so I'll be curious to see how he is able to counter Bert's plan. Olaf is going to be leading X-Ray, with Curie being the Mosin sniper. Lolo already in the Vic, so I'm not able to tell. Always bet boobs. That's one of our rules, and the boobies went away. Never mind. Anyway, Lolo is going to be the 2IC, which means Green Thumb. He's going to take an AS Val, and Revenge is going to take a suppressed AKS. All right, so they're splitting it off. I mean, the AKS could be good in CQC, similar to the M3A1 in this town itself, but I mean, the AKS with 45-round mags might be a better call there. Anyway, regardless.
Aw, missed the first 2 matches. Least I caught the last one.
Dumb Reject, thanks for the 23-month resub. Don't worry, man. Like 10 minutes after this round ends at the top of the hour, so in an hour and 17 minutes, we'll be right in the NA branch, and there'll be 3 more rounds for you to do. But thank you so much for the 23-month resub. Hope you enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Vagrant, meanwhile, leading Alpha HQ. Teams... Actually, no. He only has enough players to lead a team. So he's got Kabaya, G-Like Sam, Spiky RP, and Dingo under him. Swolo leading Bravo 2. He's got Rory Banks, Ash, Tackleberry, Eric, and 2600K with him. Charlie led by Nemesis for Scandy Recon. He's got Malin leading Charlie 1 with Yanni, Iander, Perriton, Maz, Whiplash, and Arcor. Charlie 2 has Nafs, Cullis, Azariah, Gabes, Dobbs, and Cats together. And then Delta HQ has Kavas, Mispir, Emzikov, Broken, Zymil, Rastafari, Professional Noob, Matura, Darup, Gamobju, probably butchered that name, and Kiko. AOs themselves, again, I mean, all across one town within a click of each other, so playing for time as the defender probably isn't going to work because of how close all the AOs are together. But let me also go over a key difference that you see between squad breakdown. So Papega always merges their entire group together and plays as a massive squad because they are under the mindset of if they have enough guns going in one direction, because they're all really good players, they can overpower anything in a squad v squad fight. Whereas Scandy always separates between the two teams because this allows them to easily say, okay, team 1, push, team 2, hold, and overwatch. And they use the tactics of keeping those two teams separate to basically just overpower most other groups they fight, which is why everything is such a separate start. FNF's going to start at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Now.
I was hoping it would be 8. Because 9 p.m. is going to be super late. I'm probably not going to cover round 3 then. Yeah. All right, if that's the case, then the next branch is going to be in a little over 2 hours then. I mean, we'll see. You know, whatever happens, happens. Once I know, I'll put it in the title of the channel. But no, I am not covering round 3 if it's going to go past midnight. Because I never have the mental fortitude for that, unfortunately. So I know Barb probably... I don't know if he'll cover it or not. Because, again, that goes really late. And I know he has stuff to do Saturday morning, so... I don't know. But Delta, thanks so much for the resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Apparently, Falcon's also saying that local comms are chaos. Falcon, I didn't realize you were... I thought you left for this round, but... I don't know. Scandy Warfare, yeah, right? So, again, just some statistics. Papega's 2 for 0 tonight. 2 for 2 tonight, excuse me. Scandy's 0 for 2. Attack-wise... Really, the initial attack is going to be the most important. Can Blue Fort coordinate doing a paradrop and having forces from another area coming in at the same time? And Blue Fort doesn't have any vehicles, which means these guys are going to have to come in on foot. So that paradrop could actually, you know, wait about 5 or 10 minutes. And I'm right, it's 8. Okay, cool. So yes, In an hour and 14 minutes, we will have the NA branch. Damn it, Falcon. Spreading rumors, I see. So I would say Blue 4 needs to just let these guys have a 5-minute head start and then do their paradrop. But again, I mean, with the other 2 rounds we've seen tonight, if Blue 4 doesn't coordinate all of their forces to attack at the same time, Op 4 is going to be able to defeat all of those attacks in detail and just, you know, repel one wave, then go reinforce another one, and then just overpower whatever Blue 4 sends at them, despite Blue 4 having a number advantage. And what's really critical about this is all going to be infantry warfare, and Op 4 has a single Dishka static somewhere. So it's going to be the infantry fight, and Pepega really excels on this, which granted they're on Blue 4, mind you, so they could spearhead, but Scandi is also really, really good. Their best environment is an environment like this, a suburban or urban area, where they can, if they're taking fire from one area, they can just flank around a block and then attack from a different angle and wipe everyone. So we could see Scandi bounce back. But, I mean, Pepega is also really good at this, too. So, helicopter going out, but it's not at full capacity because it only has the plus 15. Yeah, you see a lot of open seats back there, so that's kind of curious. Because they still have quite a few guys left on the pad. Maybe they couldn't fit everyone, so instead they're just deploying it in squads. Or it means they're going to send the Chinook in one spot, pull back, pick up the other. Well, then they'd have the other group in there as well. So I think they're going to deploy the Chinook in one area, and then they might deploy the Chinook in a different area after they pick up the different group. Or it's just the first wave going in, knowing that Op 4 is going to quickly try to put forces on Overwatch positions to cover anywhere that the Chinook might try to land. So I don't know. Now, do note, I can hear that Chinook from here. So these guys definitely hear that damn Chinook. Yeah, you can hear it a lot louder, too. They're going for a coastal landing. Okay. A lot of people are hurt. I see a lot of different blood splashes here. Probably not the smartest thing to do. I mean, yeah, it looked cool. Don't get me wrong. They're going to have to spend a few seconds bandaging on the coast, but I mean, they could have just landed on the coast, but whatever. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Sort of grenade get thrown and detonate over here. I think that was a misthrow. But now I'm curious to see where that Chinook's going to deploy that other force. But Op 4's done a great job. They've put 2 forces on massive hills to overwatch the entire AO to try to figure out where Blue 4 is going to come in from. But if Blue 4 is going for this pincer attack, they can overpower both of those hills with their forces, and then just pincer right here, and you notice that the rest of Op 4 is kind of just defending across 3 sectors in a bit of a thin line. So that's going to give Blue 4 a lot of room to potentially move into the town off the bat. And it's going to really fall to the CQC, but I think this is going to be a quick round. We're going to probably see half the time to 2/3 of the time committed to infantry maneuvering, and then 1/3 of the time actually committed to the PvP here. So one other thing I want to point out, Blue 4 is not moving this force out. They're content on holding the coast, which might mean that they're going to have the other group of infantry also deploy right here. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if I saw them deploy at a different angle, though, and they went for a double pincer attack of, you know, 2 pincers attacking this angle, 2 pincers attacking that angle. Which, you know, they both have Overwatch positions to move up to. They can then do their own individual scouting, and they can rely on 2 separate attack fronts in an attempt to try to stretch Op 4 thin, or at least find where they're weakest. That way they can get 1 pincer in, and 1 pincer, you know, might get chewed up. But it's all about just maximizing your number advantage. Again, the fear with that, though, is if 1 pincer attacks too early, when the other pincer isn't ready, Op 4 can just turn all their guns around, eliminate that 1 pincer, and then turn it around when the other pincer attacks and do the same thing, which is what we've seen in both rounds last night. What do you mean, check the Chinook? Please tell me they didn't break it. This is an RHS Chinook. No, they're loading up in it fine. Well, Falcon, they might just simply not know. I mean, we were seeing round one, the mortars, they were using the flare to try to gauge where the HE rounds would go, but even I forgot this, because I called this as a potential strategy, but it didn't work out that way. The rounds for the flare were detonating before the arc was finished, so when they then used HE rounds, the HE rounds would continue to go forward, and they'd be completely off target. So Blue 4 is already moving around out up here. Again, I'm curious to see, based off of this angle, he might just deploy right on top of where that other Blue 4 group is. However, he's still cutting right, so he might now curve to then deploy up here. But again, it's a game of angles. Ooh, Dingo. Oh, Dingo! I think I just cast her cursed Dingo. Whoops. Well, let's see if Blue 4 is able to maintain that in the entire round here. Blue 4 having the Chinook flying around over here. It's circling around. Maybe because they heard the gunshots and now they don't want to risk a landing. I know, damn us with our stupid curses. Now, I'm really worried about this Overwatch element because it's a great way to overlook the AO. However, if it's attacked from the even ground, which I think we might already see people looking in this direction. Yeah, Lolo sees these guys moving down. So maybe we'll see Op4 X-Ray get a few pickoffs with their sniper, but it's hard to tell. Yes, they're going to land on the same position and probably push up to reinforce that other group, but now they're going to evenly land on the terrain itself, now that they know it's clear. Buck's jumping out a little early. You saw he just hurt himself with that. Now I'm curious where this chopper is going to go. It does have miniguns on the side. Let me actually check that real quick. Actually, no, they didn't list it. I don't know how much ammo are in those miniguns. Normally it would tell us here, so I don't know. I think we just heard some double taps on that body. Again, that was G-Legs, who is normally a really good player. No. Wait, G-Legs also got taken out. Huh. That was Schneider. Got the kill there. Unless he got the kill on the other guy, in which case, I don't know. So, Azuki's gotten a kill and Schneider's gotten a kill. You got Sam now coming around. Base ammo's 4K rounds. We'll see. I mean, fire support from a M134 minigun is great, but you got to remember, Op4 do have a single HMG somewhere that could shoot the engine out of that little bird, Chinook out really easily. Sam is wounded. He's actually bleeding a little bit. He's now pulling around. I think he just got spotted, though. Oh, yeah, he got spotted. So I think Drachen's running down. Maybe he wasn't. Did Sam spot them? Yes, he did. Maybe he didn't. It's just a game of cat and mouse at this point. Sam had to have seen him. Unless he's in his map right now, trying to make markers. Dude, they're right there. I think Sam just pointed that out. I don't know who he was pointing that to, though. So Sam's trying to remain hidden. Got these two Blue 4 guys now trying to engage up the ridge here, pick these guys off. You've got Pepega now intermingled with that group. Op4 pulling off of this hill. They weren't able to get any Blue 4 kills here. But Op4 down 2 and looks like both disconnected. Oh, look at that. Coda's right here. So if Sam opens fire, he's screwed. Still have Blue 4 moving in. Waiting to hear if I hear that 134 firing or that static Dishka that Op 4 has to fire up at that. But based off of the angles, I think this left pincer attack's going to start first, but this one's going to quickly follow through. Now, it is entirely a valid strategy to have one attack go first, wait 2 or 3 minutes, and then push the other pincer in, because what you're attempting to do at that point is pull all the forces to look in one direction, and then sneak the other attack in, and potentially get them closer into the AO with their, feet in the door. Essentially, what I mean by that would be they'd be in the outskirts of the town moving in itself, in which case it's really hard to kill them instead of if they're in open fields. So that's another valid strategy we might see executed here. Normally it's not done on purpose, though. Normally it's done purely by accident, but when it happens that way, it usually works out. All right, a lot of Blue 4 moving past. Sam might be able to get behind. Oh, he doesn't realize this yet, but he is right next to Blue 4 command. If Sam goes aggressive, he might be able to get a really nice early blow-in for Op 4, because if you kill the guy commanding the attack before he's able to fully execute the attack orders for both sides on the when of the push in, that could be something. Now, you're right, Sam does tend to go aggressive, but this might be too early for him to go aggressive. He might still be trying to wait it out. But that is a crazy level of timing there. We're seeing that Chinook doing orbitals here. We got this car coming around. It's in the low ground, though. I don't see how it could climb up to the ridgeline over here. So Blue 4 now have a pincer on that far hill. They can start doing a recon on some of these positions, trying to gauge where Op 4 is. Op 4's got some pretty decent defensive lines down. Again, I think this group's going to get stalled by this group. This group's going to be able to come in and start attacking the flank of this group in the central AO. And this group is going to be able to climb in and start hitting the northern group. I feel like Blue 4 has the advantage right now, but it could really go either way.
Now.
Looking back at this over here. Wolfstorm Phantom, thanks for the 5-month resub. And Danny, thanks for the 12-month resub. That gets you the Lance Corporal badge, buddy. Welcome to the Lance Corporal Club. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Got some long-range shots going here between Alpha HQ and the right side pincer here. Keeping an eye on Sam's marker to see what he does, because that could be critical to this operation. But just based off of deployment alone, it's really looking like Blue 4 has the advantage here. I don't think Sam even knows to capitalize on that flank. But we're just going to keep seeing some long-range engagements. We'll see if that 134 opens up. Now Blue 4 Command's moving on. I think Sam's going to keep pinned there just out of... No, he's actually maneuvering around, but it's at the opposite angle that platoon's going, so that is going to escape his clutches. We'll probably watch this back in facepalm, but, I mean, how would you know in that sense? Like, I've seen a lot of crazy things where people walk right on top of each other and don't notice an FNF, and it's just adds to the fog of war, man. You got these forces starting to turn around. They're starting to try to engage up the hill here, giving some overwatch shots. You're hearing that 134 minigun starting to fire. And my tracer effect is not working. Here, let me refresh it real quick by hitting the buttons a few times. Yes, I am going to be casting an A, which is going to be in a little under an hour. So you got these 3 guys down here getting shot. Tracer script is back on. There we go. These guys are doing their best to hold this attack now. Theoretically, they could hold these guys, and hopefully by then these guys would be able to repel this attack, but they're just so close right now. We're already seeing one group starting to bypass. I think they're going to push through. Plus, this is Pepega right here. They are very aggressive, And within, I want to say 2 or 3 minutes, they would envelop that position and take it out anyway. So I think the call that these 3 guys are making to move back is a good one. They're doing their best to stall. Ooh, Sam. He's coming up that direction. Might have spotted them as they were pulling back, but by then it's going to be a really large distance. But otherwise, this group right here of Alpha, which is 1RCC and Norris's team, they're going to get their foot in the door first. What I'm worried about, though, is, again, not getting any support. We could also see Blue 4 attack multiple different sides and just get repelled on each one. But I think just a pincer move between the northwest and the southeast on Sector 3, and then just a unified push north to south, specifically northeast to southwest. Once the 2 Blue 4 groups meet each other with this force on the hill, just overwatching the rest, I think that is the best plan Blue 4 could make here. It's just a matter of where will this group go. If it's going to go south, it's going to face a really heavy resistance. Yes, it has some Overwatch support, but only for parts of it. But just based on the number advantage and where the assets are lining up right now, it's leaning over to Blue 4. I don't think Sam's going to be able to pay off with I don't think his Lone Wolf maneuver is going to pay off here because we already see Command folding in, being very defensive with this. I think we just saw a slight desync spike of about half a second because everything held still for a moment. Yeah, you see that? Something's desyncing on the server. Just some odd network traffic issues. It'll probably stabilize. I don't see anyone trying to connect to the server, though, so that would either be a script error or a potential DDoS attack, but it's already stabilized out, so I think it was just a random script error. So we had Blue 4 lose a guy. I think Sayak was that one Blue 4 guy up here. They're checking his body. He was part of Charlie on this Overwatch element, just got picked off by a random headshot. We're starting to see smoke getting popped up here as Op4 is shooting shots up here, excuse me. So this is probably going to force Blue 4's hand, and they're going to initiate the attack early, which is actually going to be timed really well with this force slowly pushing in. This is just going to be a massive envelopment. Chosen, buddy, how are you doing? Were you playing Armor or 5M? How you doing, my man? Always a pleasure to see you. Yeah, you see that? That is sketchy. Because think about it logically. If you had like 120 players play fine and then 115 players play fine, but the 91 is where people are lagging, that smells fishy in my opinion. But that is A-okay. It's just only some minor stuff. Blue 4 now just looks like they're going to be doing a massive attack angle to Sector 1 and Sector 2, the northern side going to Sector 3 here. So they're going to basically try to just take everything at once, which, you know, they could overpower if everything hits at the same time. Squad? Nice. I keep forgetting you got into that game too, man. But right now we're just watching on the map here. Hearing some thermite grenades go off. Still got that 134 to suppress. They're firing down on Charlie HQ. The shots are landing pretty close, but we still have Alpha HQ in the back, but they're completely out of position. Same with the X-Ray group, also very out of position. And at this point, because of where the attack waves are, it doesn't matter if Blue 4 Command goes down, because everyone, I think, has their orders at this point. They're really well coordinated here. I think they're just going to completely overpower this AO at this point. It's just a matter of time. Like I said, it's going to be spent 2/3 maneuvering and then 1/3 actually just doing the PvP and steamrolling here, so we just have to see Blue 4 continue to commit, get into the city, and I think the last holdout's going to be Sector 2, based off the amount of forces there. But, you know, Sector 1 with only, Sector 3 with only 6 guys. Sector 1 itself, you know, has a good chunk of forces here, but I think it's just going to be too much. Tenderbaner got picked off up on X-Ray's position as well. Now you're just seeing these forces starting to get their foot in the door. Ooh, 134 minigun just picked someone off. That was Swola. So I'm happy to see the 134 is actually getting some kills. That was Korvac on the gun. Great shooting there. Hey man, if you're caught in the open on a rooftop, that 134 will tear you apart. So I'm glad to see that coordination working. You know, some mines on the explosive specialist for Op4 would have been a good call here. Maybe some explosive traps as well. More minigun fire coming down. Trying to hit Eric here. Yeah, no, but X-Ray and Alpha HQ are completely out of position. I think Blue 4 might be able to get the sectors before these two can regroup and push the rear. Then again, it is being slow. But I think after these two groups meet up, they might be able to get behind. They'll probably take out Blue 4 Command, but at that point, I mean, look at how close they are to the sectors compared to the distance they're going to have to move in to get to this area. Now, you're seeing some GL rounds going in, taking some people out that might slow down the entire forces here. But at this point, I mean, the counter GL fire is going right onto the sectors here. I think this is the beginning of the end. And it's Papega leading for Alpha 1. They're going to be fighting members of Scandi. So we've got some really great Titan forces here. Best of the best, but they're just going to cancel out. If anything, though, I think Papega's got a slight edge because they've just been performing much better tonight. Look at this massive line of troops right here, only to defend against this small X-ray group. And then this main attack is going to completely bypass them. That was a mine going off, which only seemed to wound Flux, and he's still pushing. Oh! That was an HE round. This Chinook flew down. I think its rotors got hit on a tree right here and taken out. I thought an AT round actually blew it up, but no, because the cutoff. So we might actually see Tackleberry here get up and do the flanking, a flanking kill on Korvac and Johnson. Explosive traps going off as well, knocking out some more Blue 4 guys. That was Papega. Only Arma Jesus down, though. No kills. Drunk Firebear, thanks for giving Chosen the sub. Hope you both keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Tackleberry killing Korvac, trying to fire up at Jean, who is now playing dead. I think he got shot a few times, trying to fake tackle out. But yeah, no, Op4 just sending a few guys out here to confirm that area is secure. But look at this massive encirclement right now in Sector 1 because both of the attack angles were able to completely surround and now starting to hit Sector 1. And there's a lot of forces here that can go right up to Sector 3. Yes, you have this Op4 squad of a team of Alpha 1 and X-Ray coming up on the rear, but at that point, this is just a matter of overpower and take 1, push up to 3, might have to deal with this counterattack force, and then take 2. Eric just knocked out through the smoke by this overwatching element because there was a little bit of an opening in that smoke, and it was Coda. Coda with the MGs tonight has just been absolutely devastating. And now Scandi doing their aggressive faction of going in their aggressive fashion, of trying to push an attack. And it's going to work out for them, but it's kind of a bait and switch here because the main fight's up here, and you're seeing Op4 slowly getting picked off here. One by one, as Blue 4 just completely overpowers this AO. Now, I'm trying to get in the habit of watching the guys, on the ground level, getting the firefights here, but urban combat is so difficult to cover because there's so many different little angles that Blue 4 is pushing, so many different angles that Op 4 is trying to watch. I assume the best way for us to cover this is to watch from up here. Welcome, Ronan. So you got Maz pushing Wheaton, Patriot, and Nevs down there. But again, I think that's all a distraction here. So we're seeing some grenades getting thrown over. Papega really pushing Op 4 here. Gonna start getting behind this Blue 4 line. Not sure. Nope. Olaf just spotted a Blue 4 guy here. That was either Bert or his medic. Yeah, Ilbanek. But yeah, now you got Blue 4 right up here. Ash getting taken out as he's breached on by the a member of Pepega there, Guy Fieri, one of the best. This sector's about to fall. It's only got one defender in it right now. 2600s will try to get in it as well. There's Sector 1 taken by legal action there because no one was there left to defend. Now you're probably going to see this force push in, take that area, and then this force start pushing the southern side. They still have these Overwatch elements that are starting to trickle in now. It's going to be a fight for Sector 2 at the end. Ooh, look at this. Coda. These guys on Overwatch. The Soviets not checking their right flank, though. Fog of War, baby. They would have had a beautiful shot on Coda. Hold up. Kabaya. 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 You literally... Fog of War, baby. Again, we're spoiled by the fact we have a bird's eye view, but you'd be surprised what a little bit of situational awareness does in this damn video game and how lacking it is, and how often you see that lacking factor when you do my job. Because good God, Kabaya literally was looking in this direction. His field of view must be low then, because he cut through right here. His target was literally right here, and he didn't see him. He didn't see that. I can't believe it. Anyway, AT rounds coming in. We have one guy down, Rory down here. I think he was already down, though. A lot of Blue 4 pushing in as we have a force kind of holding around in the center of lot, trying to say north of Sector 1. Looks like Blue 4 Command Burt was taken out, but again, it doesn't matter at this point because his force is in the zone. Now you just have this massive amount of Blue 4 guys trying to take Sector 3 up here, and then I think they're going to push south and, you know, try to liberate Sector 2. X-Ray still getting hunted down. We're having a few Blue 4 guys starting to trickle in on the opposite side, though. Explosives being utilized. I think the surviving guy was trying to take him out. No, it might have been Maz throwing explosives instead, because you see he's on 2 kills and bandaging himself. So great use of explosives there by Maz defensively to eliminate Blue 4 X-Ray, but again, I think it was all bait. Great use of this little position here. Vagrant getting on top of this trench to see over the wall and take some Blue 4 guys out. Great grenade throw, keeping Vince knocked out. There were 2 other kills right there. Because Blue 4 was so bunched up together, they got hit like that. But now you're seeing a lot of Blue 4 starting to come around. They're going to try to flank this attack coming in. Drunk Firebear, thanks for giving Natera a sub as well. Hope you both keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this PvP match commentary. 2600K picking off one of the Blue 4 guys coming around. He got on this rooftop right here. Great shooting there. I mean, if they can pull a guerrilla war and knock out a lot of Blue 4 guys, it might just be enough for Op4 to continue their defense on Sector 2. Because if this massive number is able to take Sector 3 and reinforce what's left at Sector 1 to push into 2, I think it's over. But if Op4 can hold this force up here, nope, there's the capture. So now it's just a matter of can Op4 quickly take out what they can up here. 2600 getting a great second kill right there. Vagrant coming around getting a great second kill there as well, so they might be able to actually hold Blue 4 in this area, but this might also cause this remaining Blue 4 force to now turn around and try to hit Sector 2 uncoordinated. And Op4 might still have an opportunity to defeat everyone in detail. Vagrant with a 3rd kill right there. There's number 3. Again, the latest update that Arma 3 did, it restored our ability to see kill counts on individuals as we spectate them, which is nice. But yep, Op4 now starting to breach in to this compound. They could sweep and clear the rest of these guys because they were 2 bunched up. And Op4 might be able to bounce back on the defense. X-Ray is almost all dead. You only have a friend up there with the sniper rifle who hasn't even gotten any kills with it. A great knockout trade there. That was by 2600K and Drachin. Saddam now double tapping 2600 so he doesn't wake back up. And there's the kill shot. Now, where is Pepega? So Scandy's still at full strength, and they fought off X-Ray down there. Pepega, though, is below 50%. We only have Arma Jesus, Coda on 2 kills, by the way, because Op4 coming in didn't notice him. Shade and Guy Fieri still alive. So only Guy and Arma are still up. The rest of their force that were in the center of town, that wave has been completely annihilated. Gim on 2 kills, Kiko on 1 kill. Professional Noob is clearly not a professional. He's not a professional noob. Just dropped the word noob out of his name. 6 kills against members of Papega. Literally the best CQC group other than Scandi Recon. Great call by professional there. So we need to see these guys regroup and push back. Looks like other members were taken out as well. Wow, Coda and Shade getting taken out right there. Great keyhole by Spiky. Spiky on 3 kills. Wow, good for Spiky. Gonna turn around, get caught in a reload, and unfortunately stuck on the reload, gets taken out by Guy Fieri. But 2 more members of Papega taken out. I mean, these are some of the Blue 4's best troops right here. Great call on Spiky. Professional still on 6. Might hear Skip moving around. But here's the question. Does Blue 4 have enough forces remaining to regroup and take Sector 2 from Scandi Recon, the best of the best? I don't think so. I think Op 4, because of how quick that force came in, and because of how uncoordinated the 2 attacks were, without sending anything to hit the southernmost sector while most of their forces were dealing with X-Ray pushing from that other vector, I think they might have just been able to save it. But it's still going to fall to the PvP because we're seeing some slightly even numbers all the way through. If not leaning on Op 4's side. Now, Blue 4, you know they're trying to push in individually, and they're getting picked off by Garrison forces. And there's another pick-off right there. Kiko on kill number 2, Azarai on kill number 1. From across the way. I think this is it. We're seeing more shots coming out over here. Did Kiko just get another kill? Nope, still on 2. More shots coming up here. That might have been on Guzman trying to push around. Now, you got to remember, there's a bit of a technology difference here. The L1A1, you can only fire single shot, whereas the AKMs, you can fire full auto. Oh, my God. That 2-way angle just absolutely annihilated Guz, and that was Malin and Nemesis firing. Jesus. Dude got obliterated. Oh, I know, DJ. I mean, your guys are doing well. You got Scandi at full strength still holding the southern sector, and I think they're going to be able to hold because Blue 4 is just whittled down too much. Yeah, fouls are 7.62, but the AKMs are also 7.62. It's 7.62 by 39 for the... wait, no, they're using 74, so it's 5.45 for Op 4.
Goat Team 6 now.
Yeah, so 5.45 versus 7.62 by 54. So yes, Blue 4 does have the bigger caliber, but full auto versus single shot will make the difference for fire rate, especially in a CQC sense. Drunk Firebear giving DJ a sub. Nice. Thank you so much. Hope you both keep enjoying the operations. DJ, I think you did a great job defending, because Blue 4 did a great job orchestrating the attack, but the squad you had of Alpha 1 and X-Ray forming up and getting on the rear, trying to save Sector 3, and although they failed, they knocked out so many players on the northern side, and that is what I think finally tipped the number advantage in your favor. When Drunk Firebear's gift subs hit 69. Nice. Professional Noob still on 6 kills. I mean, 6 kills on your own. I mean, look, he's looking. He hears those footsteps. He's trying to find where Skip is. Here's the thing, though. I think Skip's going to be able to counter him. Coming in from the upper area. Ooh, Skip's taking an AK. So he can confuse his weapon PID. That's incredibly smart in this situation. Blue 4 now taking the remaining forces, moving up from the northern side. Might rally with Guy Fieri and Arma Jesus, 2 really good players. They're going to need to unify their forces and make an attack to try to spearhead in. Because now Scandi's completely turned around. They're now focusing on the CQC in here. They still have Nass on the rear for, you know, in case there's a wide flank. So Ace just got a kill off of that one Op 4 guy, but that Op 4 guy was able to take them out. Scandi's still at full strength. Like, everyone alive on Op 4 is either X-Ray, the 3 guys bleeding in, or Scandi, or Kiko. And that's what sucks when you're in the end game and you're fighting a fully unified force that's still up. because that means their communication at the squad level is still going to be perfect. Whereas, you know, you're fighting with, you know, a bunch of different broken off groups that might not be able to coordinate with each other. So we just saw some suppressed shots go up on Despo, who is up 2 kills, mind you. Trying to find an angle, but again, urban combat always favors the defenders because of all of the different little garrisons you can do and all the different flank attacks we saw with, you know, Kiko and Azariah taking out 2 people, as I was saying it 5 minutes ago. So I do like that Blue 4 is rallying up right here. They still have time to make a unified push to get into this sector. This could be a weak spot because Op4 has a lot of defensive forces covering the MSR. I could see Blue 4 breaking through, getting boots on the ground in the sector. Taking the sector, though, is a different matter, because by the time you hear gunshots right here, this force is going to pull back in and make this a mess of a meat grinder. So we got Malin right here. These guys getting off this little side, I guess, walkway or road, for lack of a better term. They're not folding into the buildings, but you got this big kill zone right here. We've already seen a few Blue 4 guys trying to enter it and getting picked off, and that is what Op4 is capitalizing on with these windows. They got a building right here with a window. Actually, it's closed. My bad. But the windows right here can help overwatch this sector, and then the windows right there can help overwatch this area. You have a one-on-one. Op4 wins that fight. Iander on his 2nd kill. Another Blue 4 guy just got dropped right there. Grenade perfectly placed right there. I think that was a GL round. Now you got Armageddon's Guy Fieri trying to do the wide flank here as this force gets pinned down. You still have the sniper, Fred, up here. Still on no kills, though. Got some more forces pushing here. You've got Barrett trying to pick people off. Unable to land any kills, though. Roofs locking that area down so Maz can't push. Ace trying to... Maz might kill himself with that. Oh, yeah, he's going to run back in the blast. I think he just realized. Blows up Kaboo. He's building another satchel. Maz, you fucking Chad. Nader's getting picked off by Azariah. There you go. Another satchel detonated over there. I mean, those explosives. When you play as an explosive specialist and you get the choice of 2 satchels, 4 explosive charges, 2 tripwire mines and 2 tripwire flare mines, or 3 AT mines.
It's Friday.
Using those explosives with that ace interaction of setting them to throwable charges. Granted, it doesn't give you the kills for them. But, I mean, he got 3 kills and then he has 1 confirmed kill. So 4 kills right there. I mean... Those satchels will screw people up, and it's great. But BJ, thanks for the 20-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope we get a nice kick out of this scenario. Now look at Maz here. He's being super aggressive. We just saw Guy Fieri get taken out. It's only Armageddon. Wasn't Nemesis that got him, but that was someone over here, and you're hearing that quick suppressed fire from that AS Val at full auto. Green Thumb doing some work with that gun. Did Maz just get taken out? No, oh, yes he did, but then Malin came up to avenge Az there. Now he's being red on red by someone back there, not realizing the weapon PID there. But this is the end. Blue 4 does not have the manpower anymore to go in, so great plays by Op4 in the CQC. Blue 4 had a great plan, but Op4 unfortunately won the CQC fighting. And it just goes to show you, regardless of how good your plan is, it eventually goes down to the PvP. So Blue 4 did not win a single round tonight. It was 2 Op 4 wins and a Green 4 win. But Pepega finally lost a round. Noobish Prof, you weren't playing, right? You weren't the guy that just went 6-0, right? Oh, Maz with another explosive satchel. He picked it off someone. And he throws another one. Oh, he just won. He's got another 3 kills. The car might save him, but the sniper won't. My God, Maz. Just down to 2 Blue 4 guys now. You were a professional noob? Nice. Dude, 6-0. That was our 6-1. That was pretty good. Unless you got a few more from what I saw. Good job, dude. I think it's GG, but I think Maz is showing a really great example of how to use explosive satchels aggressively. Even though he's on the defensive side, he's clearing out enemy attacks that are coming in on the CQC side, because that satchel can wipe an entire block if you place it right. So he's on like 7 kills now, but again, 6 of them aren't going to come up because when you throw the satchel, it doesn't count to your kills because of how Ace does the scripting with it. Wait, no, that was Malin that threw him, because Maz died. Right? Or did he just die right here? I don't know. I mean, he's on 4 now, but who knows? Maz the chat. I thought he got killed off earlier, but I could have been wrong about that. Now, really worrisome thing, though. Technically, Fred could come in and snipe all the dudes in the sector because there's only 3 officially in here. And he could still take it, but Fred's the last guy left. By the way, the NA branch will be in 30 minutes. Your team says you got 7. Are you still on the server? Because I can check your kill count off of your skull. Yeah, you got 7. So you got a 7th in between when I checked on you last when you died. So I mean that's great. Honestly, if you get more than 3 kills in a round, that's high level. And when you start getting close to those double digits or beat double digits, that puts you on God tier, buddy. Good job. Look at Fred here. He's going to solid snake this bitch. And Whiplash sees him. And Whiplash is not having any of that shit today. Freaking SOG Prairie Fire Dev showing his teeth. And that is the last kill. That is GG. Op4 have won. All right, guys. We'll be back in 30 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and I hope to see you in 30 for the NA branch. Chuckleheads, man. I love it.